In the web, it's your boy Hundo, man. We're back, man. Didn't know if I was gonna be back tonight because I was sick as a dog yesterday, but fuck all that shit. I'm feeling good tonight. What's up with your zinc? What's up with your sick? The fellas will be here in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Damn, Livewire here on time. I'm shocked. Livewire in the building. I'm real shocked. What's good with you, G?
Yo, what it is? What it is? I'm congested, but I'm here.
It's Saturday.
Just got. I say got my leg grip, but the shit ain't working yet. God damn it. Well, what's going on with you?
Oh man, this living and maintain. We've been playing that. We've been playing what's called a tub.
What?
Justice League.
Oh, the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I finally put my ass down. Flip got it today.
Flip. Yeah, he hit me up and told me he got it.
Yeah. So I said, it's like fuck it. So I'm probably gonna binge on that tonight. I got the moves down in my head now. I'm playing that and shit out of Tekken 8, and you know I can't put Halo down. No. It's like, man, you got all these games, you can't beat them because I got too many motherfucking games. I know I need to sit down. I don't have ain't enough time in the world. It's only 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Luckily, I got no kid no more. You have to be a grown up. And Pops, you gonna cut me off next month? Yes. Yes. For real, you know I ain't gonna cut you off. You know, son, I got. But man, no, man, I'm sitting here, man, this sitting here like being gaming, man, looking. Like I say, Justice League. I don't know what people talk about the Justice League. The shit look good to me.
Oh no, Justice League is fire.
It look way better than that Alpha that we played through Alpha Omega to the beginning to the end.
Yeah, listen, I don't know what people were playing. I can't say. I don't know. But we'll get into it when you when we get onto that topic. We waiting for Flo. Here you go.
Tekken is the prettiest fighting game out right now.
No, yeah. I mean, I played the demo. So,
what's the prettiest game?
Tekken. Fighting game. I ain't talking about the fighting game.
Tekken.
I'm gonna make me a drinkity drink.
The eyes of fighting.
Yeah, no fighting game. You know you don't play them no more. That's your confrontational syndrome. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't play Tekken no more. I'm retired.
That's why you get that check.
I don't got time to be. I don't like smashing my fingers on the buttons and stuff. These jelly bean buttons that Microsoft have. I don't like them.
Your fight stick. I got one that I don't use.
I'm not playing no goddamn fire stick. God damn it!
I said fight stick.
Oh yeah, how far you getting? Whatchamacallit? Flip.
I can't tell you that. It's classified information.
Oh, okay,
classified information, brother. Classified information.
Yeah. You know the thrashers and the other ponies that get on you. Why you playing that game? You ain't supposed to like that game. IGN gave it a 5. You're not supposed to like that game.
I came to a point. Is these dudes are super weird, quadruple weird.
Shoot, which ones? Which ones? You talking about the ponies?
Both of them.
Or you talking about the media?
Both sides. I ain't got no allegiance. Don't even call me an Xbot dude no more. Just call me.
Okay. You talking about?
I just not. Yeah, I said it on Xbox.
We gonna get into that too. The whole third party and all that crying and shit.
I'm crying about, man. I'm up at 3. Like I said, I was sick yesterday. I can go to bed about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm here watching Top Gun again for like the 35th time.
You watching who?
Top Gun, the new one.
Oh, Top Gun. Okay. You do like that movie. You never seen that more than 3 times.
Yeah, so I looked on my phone. I said, what the fuck niggas going on? And they calling out people. They going and sit there, and all of a sudden these motherfuckers detectives now. They got motherfuckers said a person that works at ZeniMax, that's AKA picking up trash, AKA. You know what I'm saying? What's up with you, Sean? aka ain't they
These
run,
motherfuckers think
and
these
then the
motherfuckers think
Xbox
they real
community
nigga
runs
news.
with it.
I don't know where all these so-called real nigga news, the developer dudes come from. These motherfuckers think they developers now.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause
Well,
you know, like, what the fuck? Who told you this? Show me your information where you told me this shit at. Remember how I used to do you bone? I'm like, no, you gotta show me that shit. Where's that? Look at it right now. If they can't look at it right now and show me exactly where Sarah Bond said this or who said that, I'm saying who said this or who said that or whatever. They can't tell me who said what or show me an article. Continue sucking Sody dick. Cause you ain't doing it but making up a fucking lie. I don't understand how you sit up here and just lie like that. Just baldly lie.
Yeah. Well, Jazz
Wh-
said it. Jazz is not. Jazz is not. Y'all acting like Jazz is like motherfucking Lois Lane. Cause he was
Jazz
better
is
than Lois Lane.
95. Jazz is 95% of the time fucking wrong. So when is he right?
Man.
Because the last
And when
time
he
I
right
checked,
is, when he right, we was always right because we all said the same thing. Because of what? We used to what? We had what? If this gonna happen for A, B, or C. But man, like I say, man, I'm no longer part of that organization over there. I'm an Xbox gamer now. I'm not part of their community. Fuck that community.
what's good,
Dirt bag.
everybody in the chat?
Fucking dirt bags over there. He listen to everything. They want to jump up and down and acting like they know shit. You don't even play a game. How I know you don't play a game? Because you up at 3 o'clock in the morning arguing about a fucking tweet somebody else done. Who does that?
I don't understand that. How you play a game, but you arguing with somebody else about the game. How two
Hmm.
motherfuckers arguing about? How two motherfuckers is arguing about a game that they don't play? I don't
Yeah, man.
understand that.
Why you don't worry
Neither
about
one of y'all play the game, and y'all both arguing. How you arguing about a game that neither one of y'all play? Motherfucker pony about to be lying their asses off and the fucking
yeah,
ponies
them
be lying.
lying
They
motherfuckers
fighting and
too.
stuff. How y'all
Code in
fighting and
them.
y'all don't even play it?
Code in a little inner circle. You know what I'm saying? That's the dark side of Xbox. That's what we should have a motherfucking them the dark side of Xbox. They gonna do anything for a click. And then want to actually forget. No, I need you to repent your motherfucking sins. You said that this game's gonna get shown on this date, and your sources said this shit. No, you ain't gonna do it. What's up with you, Vic? That's my man, Vic. Vic be jumping on them motherfuckers. Like I said, man, y'all can have the Xbox. I'm just an Xbox gamer now. That plays all type of games. These dudes don't even show you gameplay. But you gonna go believe a Reforce. I said this shit, y'all gotta go check me on Xbox Crash Out Thursdays. Crash Out Thursdays, we can talk about sports with Crash Out Thursdays. Try to do it around 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And try to knock it out on my Thursday. Usually I go in the office on Friday. So, man, I was talking about this shit. I'm just tired of the bullshit. You know, do you got some people acting like they got your back, and then they go run under the under regime? No, we don't play that game, G. You out here swinging, you out here gunning. Get your guns out. We protect our own. I don't want to protect you. I want to sit here running. Well, this all this and that. Man, I don't give a fuck about half these dudes. Reforge can go, man. If Reforge right now, and they said Reforge, motherfucker slipped and broke his motherfucking hip, I would have been clapping. I would have been laughing. Well, you a dirty motherfucker. Yeah, I am. I don't care. I don't care about them. They don't care about me. It's like the interweb cares about people. Don't care about them. They care about you for your buck. They want your almighty buck. That's why they act. That's why they got the super chats. That's why they, even though I do have a super chat, but I don't even ask for it on. And I did that for the homies because the homies said that I can actually give to the channel because we know that you're going to give back. You know what I'm saying? But they don't do that. But when you call them out on it, then they little goons want to come out on you. I ain't got time to write novels on YouTube. I mean on Twitter. I'm going to say it once. and I'm gonna leave it alone. And I'm going for the throat. I'm going to make you choke in your own blood.
I'm gonna say this, and I ain't gonna leave it alone because I'm laughing at y'all.
Oh yeah.
How about I tweeted Xbox got a Warhol, from Halo for kids to play. What game do Sony got for kids to play?
But they don't
Saying,
I mean, they got Ratchet and Clank. That should be their
nah,
game to play,
nigga. I'm
but
talking
they
about
ain't.
your child and my child can get on a Warhol. You
Oh
know the
well,
little
no.
cars that they have and stuff for kids and
Yeah,
stuff that they can ride
Well,
around
look,
and stuff.
the
look.
battle
Yes,
card.
they have
They
one.
have they have IPs for that. They're just not popular. That's all it
You
is.
say what you
Like they
say they
don't.
don't have IPs for that? You right?
They do, but nobody
No, they
nobody
don't.
cares about that. They don't
No,
care
they
about them
don't.
like that.
They
Nah,
not IPs. They wish they are wish I could have had. This shit have to be popular for you to even have like that. They have nothing. It's not even popular. None of their IP is popular.
no.
You
I
let
mean,
them
shoot.
tell you,
The thing is, even if Uncharted, Power Wheel would make the most sense for doing an Uncharted Jeep. You know what I mean? But it would look
they gonna
generic.
do that.
It ain't nothing special about it. But again,
Like,
Uncharted is not a game that, even though Halo is mature, I mean, mature or PG, whatever it is, I don't, to be honest, I don't even know what the fucking ratings of half these games are. But Uncharted is not a game for kids, and kids don't, even if, and unlike GT, even though kids play GT, they don't give a fuck about Uncharted. They don't give a fuck about God of War like that. Like, I mean, kids will may play
Live
it if it's
wire,
available, but
live wire. I must have to stop you on that one, my guy.
what?
Everybody needs lower purpose like that. Everybody didn't
Who?
have that. I played them type of games. I was never banned behind nothing. My father, that was AK Pritchard, said, I'd rather you do it in this house than do it outside or behind my back. I remember playing Pitfall Harry. I didn't want to go
Yeah,
play no
but
motherfucking, I didn't want to go play
mm,
no Sesame Street game.
no. But I'm saying, well, what I'm saying is
Even my son.
now, yeah,
My
but
son
there's
was
too
a
many.
kid.
Yeah, but
Let him
your
play what he
son
want to
don't.
do.
I ain't never hear your son playing no Uncharted. He don't
He ain't gonna
even.
play
He don't.
Uncharted, but he's playing Grand Theft Auto, killing flip.
Yeah, but all kids play Grand Theft Auto. He ain't playing.
Man,
If
he's
you give
playing
him a
Grand
choice
Theft.
between Grand Theft Auto and God of War, now Pony will always choose God of War,
Oh
but
yeah,
everybody else
but
is
he
gonna
ain't really.
choose
He ain't,
freaking.
yeah.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. Like it just doesn't. It doesn't appeal to the
They got the
masses.
Astrobot. They could make an Astrobot. That could be part of the advertisement.
Yeah, but again, it's the most. Even though it's on every PlayStation, I don't even know if everybody who's had a PlayStation has actually played Astrobot. I don't know what those numbers are.
Astrobot is only on the PlayStation 5. It's a
Well,
demo.
but
or
who going to
and
make a
PS and
but who's
PSVR.
going to make a the point of the story is who's going to make a Astro Bot game? I mean, car for kids to play with.
I don't
Unlike
know if he
Halo,
has.
which makes sense
They
because look what it is.
they don't have a mascot. Their mascot is they want the perverts.
They do got a
You know what I'm
mascot.
saying? Huh?
They do got a mascot.
What you call it?
It's a dick in a mouth.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
And they can't promote that.
Mm-hmm. So,
Man.
yeah. So how y'all like that state of play? I was about to say state of gay,
Um,
but
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think it was that bad, but I think the only reason why I feel that way is because since the other state of plays were so bad, it was kind of like, you know what I mean? If somebody was just giving you crackers and then all of a sudden they gave you a club cracker and you'd be like, damn, this shit good as hell. But it's you comparing that to a regular ass saltine cracker, you know what I mean? Like it's not like it ain't nothing compared to what they used to show off. Shit, the best show that they had in the last couple of years was the one where they showed Rise of the Ronin the first time. Uh, shit, I can't remember what else was on that shit. I just remember Rise of the Ronin was on that bitch. Fuck, maybe Spider Man. Shit, I can't even remember. But I remember it was a decent show. And then I don't know if they shit dried up or whatever the case may be, but shit,
I'm gonna keep it
shit
real.
got ugly.
I don't care nothing about that stuff that Sony did. I don't care. I
Oh
don't.
yeah,
It's
man.
not like I'm going to play it. I'm not going to play it, so I don't care. They
No,
ain't showed me nothing that was interesting at all. Half them damn
no,
games look like a PlayStation 2 game. I'm good.
well, half of it was VR, so yeah. Um,
There's nothing. They didn't show me nothing that was, oh shit. Sony need to make a game exclusive for their platform. I'm tired of seeing games that they showing that's gonna come on that's gonna come on the Xbox. So
um, yeah. I mean, shoot, they have Death Stranding, but if you don't like Death Stranding, then
Ain't
that's like,
nobody
I
finna be
never
no
even
fucking
played the
fat
first one.
again.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but I understand that. That's like, I mean, that's like Flip, man. You like the girl Precious? You want to fuck Precious? I'm like, no. Oh
Uh,
shit. Well, guess what? You know what I
Hell
mean?
no.
For,
Hey, what's her
Precious,
network? Hey, what's her network?
Precious got
Hey,
a
hang on.
cousin
What's her
that's just
network
as
and how
fat.
much bottles of liquor I can drink?
Oh man, this nigga, man. He
Listen,
over
I
here
don't know where it's going. You got to
trying to
change
get
your
on her.
analogy.
He trying to get a
This is,
trust. This nigga trying to
I
get a
don't know.
trust from a fat bitch.
I don't know why. I don't know why when he likes them. He like that type. So I don't know why he trying to fake the funk. He like that type of
And
stuff. No,
he
don't
just
fake
like
the funk.
he like the one that they can't run from him. That's the one he like. He be like, damn girl, your ankle's looking hella swollen. What's your number?
Hmm.
It ain't gonna be about me tonight. Keep on going. You talking about
That
the fucking game.
motherfucker like, yo,
You talking about the
uh,
game. You talking about me.
no, well, you should have never said that then. You the one that brought that
I
up, not
belong to the
us.
streets. Y'all two married niggas. I belong to the streets.
Well, oh yeah, okay. But we didn't say
Shit.
we want that fat chick. What the hell wrong with you? What you talking about?
I belong to the
Yeah,
streets.
yeah,
Y'all think there's
yeah.
nothing wrong with
This
person. Y'all that's some punk
this
motherfuckers.
nigga Bone be
Hey
trying to
man,
get
how
niggas
we
to go
punk
with him to
because
the
that's
big
what you
girl
want?
parties. I said, nigga, I ain't going to no big girl parties. He was like, yo, but there's mad bitches there. Those ain't bitches. Those are pachyderms, nigga. Fuck out of here.
It's four.
What
It's
you
four.
gonna do?
It's four. Listen here. It's four BBWs at that place. Not even BBW. Overweight
No.
lovers at that place, and this nigga think it's like
Mm-mm.
7 of them. Nigga, it's
No.
4 of them,
No.
and he think
Big
it's like 7 of them.
BBWs has a
Man,
weight
I rock out with it.
a weight
Yeah,
limit.
that's why I say.
After it cracks over a certain weight, based on how tall they are, them bitches fall into the category of pachyderm.
Y'all acting like I want. Y'all think I want.
You do.
I want the
You
hip
do.
hop. No.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing you said came out your mouth talking about that shit. I'm like, wait a minute, where's this coming from?
Man,
Yeah.
Come on, he said,
man,
That
go
nigga
on,
was
man.
talking about
because you
Lizzo. I
can't say,
said Lizzo
we
might
put it
not
on
be
you.
she might not be full-fledged pachyderm, but she close as hell. Lizzo is very close to being a pachyderm.
Man, fuck y'all niggas, man.
He
Like
told me
like
that she can cook very well.
she can
Yeah, she
exercise and
should.
lose a lot of weight, but she almost on that pachyderm level,
Yeah,
man.
Nah, she
hey,
can't
You know
lose
what I
no
mean?
no,
weight.
she got a pretty
She can't
face.
lose no weight. She's stuck as a fat girl because that's
Nah,
what she was
see, but
promoting.
you got to understand, pachyderm
She's stuck.
level is
She can have a
right
good
before they got to
personality,
use that
huh?
walker and shit to get around. That's pachyderm level. You know that little
Man,
fucking scooter and shit that they put in their knee on. That's pachyderm level right there, man. You don't
this
want
is
to be
supposed to
fucking
be.
with some shit like
This is
that. That's a lot of weight.
motherfucking Black History
Hell no, I
Month,
don't know where the
and
fuck
y'all
this
over
is
here
going.
getting no Precious.
I
Uh,
don't care
no,
about
We
I
talking
ain't
about
Precious.
video
talking.
game, and y'all
I'm
jumping
talking
on
about.
Precious. Nigga,
I
straight
ain't talking
line.
about. No, I
He said
mentioned her. I mentioned
analogy.
Precious
You
Yeah,
jumped
one
get in line.
time.
into
You
it.
I'm
talking about
You
I'm talking.
the state of play.
I only
Fuck
mentioned
that big
Precious
bitch.
because everybody
Let's
knows who
go.
she is. I didn't mention it because of her specifically. And mind you,
You ain't finna run. Talk about the
now
damn game.
She's still pretty.
all
Well,
right.
you know, I don't know how
Talk
big
about
she is. I
somebody
know
else
she
because
lost a lot
Bone
of
love
weight.
that girl, and he getting upset when you talk
I
about
don't love.
the
I ain't got.
females that he got a
Man,
crush on.
hey,
But go ahead.
big girls. I ain't
Yeah,
got mine. Too.
I mean,
I ain't got nothing big or
I
small,
mean,
nothing them all.
yeah, I know. We know. We know.
Yeah,
We know.
I told you when that nigga said Queen Latifah was too skinny, I knew something was wrong with that nigga.
When I
Said
say
he's like
that,
that bitch that bitch don't be eating enough. I said, what the fuck?
nigga put shit on me now. Oh, man.
I said, what the I said,
Yeah.
what the fuck? How big
What's
you
up
want
with
I'm
it?
you?
done.
God
I'm
damn.
done.
What's up with you,
What's
Grizzle?
good, Verge? 6 foot here. Other
I want
thing.
to put all shit on me, G.
Yeah, what the hell? I don't know what the hell is going on.
He said, "I don't
Oh
fuck
yeah,
with girls
talking
unless they
about
would, and
video
they got to
game.
park in the
They want to talk
handicap
about
parking
me
spot.
because I was
I don't
mine.
know
I
about y'all
wouldn't.
niggas."
Right now, it's cold in the motherfucker. Hell yeah, I
It's
take me a
like,
bitch right now.
other thing,
No,
if you don't
come on
stop
here,
lying, you're talking about you care about state of play or stay. Hold on, what
stay
is it?
gay.
Is it state of
My
play?
bad.
Shit,
Oh,
listen, man.
state.
You know how
I said
I'll
state
tell
of
you the
play. State.
hey, Flip. This is how bad you know state of play was. State of play was so bad that all niggas have been talking about for the last couple of days is Xbox going third party. That's how bad you know state of play. Because if it was good, they wouldn't give a fuck what Xbox was doing, third party or not. They wouldn't give a shit. But because that shit was so horrible, they praying that Xbox throw them a bone. Because you look, Silent Hill, nah, that ain't it, Chief. You already got Resident Evil that looks way better than both of them games. And listen, I don't know what I mean. You can hype that shit up if you want to, but it ain't looking pretty. You got freaking the other Silent Hill game that came out and didn't do too well, but they kind of just brushed that under the rug. You got freaking what's their other big game? Rise of the
I
Ronin.
thought they was making
So
the next generation on Silent Hill. What happened?
that is their next generation Silent Hill. They
Never
don't have the
mind.
budget for it. I don't know what's going
Silent
on.
Hill.
I don't
To
know,
me,
but
it's
that's what
Silent
they
Hill
got.
always look like trash to me. It looked like a low
Uh,
version of
no,
Resident Evil.
all right, that's facts. It was always looked. It was like the GoBots of the between Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Like when Resident Evil was Transformers, that shit was GoBots. It is what it is. So you got that. I mean, whether or not you like the story more, that's all on. But as far as like the presentation of how it looks, it was always considered the GoBots of the two out of the two horror series. Now you what you got here is you're basically looking at man, it's a struggle, man. They just got third party. They're trying to get something going. Uh, yeah, it's not looking good. And shit, I think Final Fantasy is the biggest game they got if you think about it, because that comes out the actually next week. They're doing the what is that shit? The preview shit. The state of the play just to showcase that because that's going to be their biggest exclusive. Stellar Blade ain't going to be it. That looks more of the same of other things we've seen. It's just that they've put this Asian girl in like skimpy clothes and have her running around fighting shit. It's basically near Automata, but just like the camera's not as far. That's basically what we're kind of looking at. Um, Whether or not it's good or bad, that's all on who what kind of gaming you like. I don't know. Does it play like Devil May Cry? Maybe. Does it play like um you know a, a, a From Software game? I don't think so, but maybe it's smack dab in the middle. It's hard to say just off of gameplay. So we shall see. But State of Play was mid. It's a 6 on the high end, and probably more like a 5.
I can't even give it that because it's nothing in there. I don't see nothing in there that was interesting. I don't understand it.
No, yeah, I mean
Uh,
not for you. I'm talking about for. I try to look at it from the perspective of I only have a PlayStation, right? I ain't got no Game Pass. I don't have options. So if I don't have options and this is what's available for me, I give it a 6. At least it's something. Now, granted, if you want to put in the Game Pass tax means that you have to, show what the showcase is versus what Xbox is showing, where 80 to 90% of their games are actually coming to Game Pass. So Rise of the Ronin, that not being in PS Plus, ooh, that's an L. Freaking Stellar Blade not being in PS Plus, that's another L. Uh, Freaking the Silent Hill games. Now, granted, one was free to play, so that's cool, even though it was not a good game. But then you got Silent Hill 2, likely not in PS Plus, another L. So yeah, if you do it that way, yeah, it's probably like a 2 or a 3. You know,
Shout out to
I
Wait
think
Travis TV. He had his podcast today at 3:00 my time. I believe that's 6:00 Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
He's telling me behind my wonderful Lakers beat the Knicks today. And he just wanted to give me a congratulations and hope we have a great one.
You was amped. The
No, 'cause I
Knicks
didn't
fans
know
saying
the
the Knicks
fourth
fans
quarter.
is saying
I didn't know. I
out
saw
there
it
saying
close. Every
that
time I cut the motherfuckers on and it's close, it's like I'm a bad. I ain't been bad recently. I cut them on in the fourth. And they play
word
defense.
on the street is
Like I was
word on the street is Stephen A is trying to get LeBron James to skip out on the Lakers and come to the Knicks.
Man, we ain't going off track.
He said he's trying to convince LeBron James not to get an extension so he could just skip out on LA and not leave y'all with no trade value for him. He just leave you like Kevin Durant did the Warriors.
I wanted him to fuck one would need a trade value because then they got a max contract off my books. I can go trade for Kevin Durant. I can go trade for anybody because everybody's assets at the time.
Nigga, you don't have enough assets to trade for. Who you gonna trade?
You can have everybody but Reeves and motherfucking and Anthony Davis. I don't give a fuck.
You ain't got no draft picks.
You can have them too. What draft picks that stand out for us? But Austin
you don't
Reeves,
have any. Nigga, you don't have any to give. Even if you wanted to give it,
niggas, y'all niggas keep getting sidetracked.
That's that nigga right there. Get better at that nigga. You supposed to be sick.
Hold up.
Y'all niggas keep getting sidetracked.
No,
I'm like, what the hell?
Who brought up the Knicks? Who brought up the Knicks? They want me. Yeah, exactly.
No, don't flip this shit on me. No, G14.
Oh, you did put it up. You did put it up. Like, y'all niggas taking sidetracked. Like, what the hell? I was talking about, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
His flip was like, hold up, what do we become a sports podcast?
I've been trying to tell y'all to stay on track, but nobody want to stay on track. And they're like, we'll keep them on track. I can't keep these.
Mo, you never stay on track. Shut up.
Yeah, that nigga crazy.
Man, you ain't finna disrespect me live on the interweb in front of my constituents that really don't like me, don't like you either.
Let that nigga do that shit all the time. What you mean? He said what Flip said with all due disrespect. Fuck you, nigga.
Well, I'll just say this. For the PlayStation fans and ponies, I hope y'all got what y'all wanted. I hope y'all see that the game is coming. Just like the game, CFT is supposed to come, and all other games that y'all thought was supposed to come to y'all consoles. Just like when y'all said it was going to show the new PlayStation 5 Pro. They said that shit too. So I hope y'all got what y'all got. I ain't seen no PlayStation 5 Pro, but I'm just saying, at least y'all got some games for y'all VR.
That they ain't go buy. What's up with you, Rain, big dog?
Listen, man.
Rain, you should have got your ass in here.
If you want to
link, you should just slide through.
They're really supposed to be here, but I don't know if you off work or whatever. I shot him a link. I made sure I did.
Man, listen.
I just think it's hilarious, all the stuff that I've been seeing on Twitter and YouTube, and none of this thing that they said came true. None of it. And I'm trying to figure out, is it something that was I watching the same state of play? Maybe that's why others didn't like the state of play, because he was watching the other one. I ain't see the one that he was watching. He must have been watching the real one, because I'm still trying to figure out when them other games are supposed to come. Even though these are games that we already done seen, every last one of them games they show, we already know about them games.
Listen,
so
man.
What's his name? Jazz or Jeffrey Gordy, whatever the hell his name is. Yeah, the one to be insider, as you say, that don't know nothing, that like it ain't nothing that we ain't been talked about before he did. So, hey man, y'all keep believing that dude. Let that dude stay y'all now.
We say this all the time. If we make a decision or guess, we make a educated, calculated estimate because what we have saw before.
Yeah,
and we're going off of. I can't use that. If that company, if I know that company is going to always bring me $100 million, why wouldn't think they're going to keep on the $2 million?
My man think he saw Dollar Tree on the
Uh-huh.
PlayStation State of Play.
Oh, man.
Then he said the game was dropping off the tree.
Man, them dudes is weird.
Oh no,
And
I
that
I
PlayStation
don't know.
VR is trash. That shit went wood.
I don't know. I said sometimes.
Meta finna give, Meta finna give what you call it the money, a bonus for that for selling an Oculus.
Oh,
They're giving their employees a bonus. Sony can't give nobody no bonus for no motherfucking PlayStation
Oh
VR.
shit! I knew that was coming. I knew that was
well,
coming.
listen, those were life decisions they made. But listen, man, like think about it, man. You go if you struggling, you a house that's struggling, where your meals look like boxed mac and cheese, hamburger helper. No disrespect to those that have to survive on that shit. I'm just saying.
That's a good
But
G.
you go over somebody's house that their mom is cooking like a traditional Italian meal. Maybe they got like some, a
And
steak going, some
you see
some
the mom
tacos.
and you see the mom like, yeah, we're gonna make a real Italian treat. And
Maybe
you
she
see the
making
mom cutting up hot
oxtails.
dogs and spaghettios.
Mm. Oh yeah,
No.
you living in a house the only spaghetti you ever eat is spaghetti and ketchup and shit, and you go over somebody else's house they eating like real fucking meals. Man, yeah, you get a
So
taste of that, you gonna want some of that.
you telling me somebody had you telling me the PlayStation fans they games are the equivalent of them eating ramen noodles with ketchup and they talking about ramen noodles with ketchup and hot dog, they talking about that spaghetti.
Hey, you got to understand this. They've been getting
Oh
finesse for a
no.
long time with the graphics. You know what I mean? They mom could present her ass off. She can cook bologna and make that shit look gourmet. But at the end of the day, it's still fucking bologna. No matter how much fucking makeup you put on the pig, it's still a fucking pig.
Yeah,
You know
because
what I
you can
mean?
put a
So,
lot of makeup on these women, and they look totally different when that makeup come on.
oh yeah, I mean, yeah. But guess what? When that baby come out looking like fucking Frankenstein, who fault is that? She be like, because either only two things gonna happen. Either you gonna think she cheated on you, or you gonna realize, man, that bitch been beating the fuck out of her face. She wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to put on her makeup. I ain't never knew. One time she got sick and then put that shit on. I thought this bitch broke in the house.
You better
I
have
said,
that
oh,
dominant. The flip said you better have that dominant gene. Take
yeah,
over.
man. That's why I don't fuck with girls that wear makeup like that, man. Mm-mm. Well, granted, I'm
Cake to
married. I
be
don't fuck
caked
with
out.
girls.
No, when it's pat up, the cake out.
I don't be fucking around anyway. But when I was on these streets, I ain't messing with no girls with pound of makeup on their face. Said, nah, bitch, take that shit off. And you gotta take that shit off before we get busy, just in case a motherfucker
I saw
slip
a chick
through.
in the club.
Last thing I want is a
Looked at
buck two
beautiful.
bastard ass kid.
Yeah, looked
Huh?
beautiful. And we get out the club, get to the car, she get my number. She thinking, she's like, where y'all finna go? Like, she can go anywhere.
Mm-mm.
Go up to Denny's. And I looked at her and saw craters all in her face and all that. I said,
Nigga,
bitch, what happened to
bone.
you? But
No, nigga, that's the club lighting. You don't never talk to a bitch on some serious shit until the
no,
fucking
we met
lights
her
come on
outside.
in that month.
We met her
Okay.
outside, and then she
Oh, you
sweated
met her
out.
outside
I
in the
didn't know no
dark?
better. Nigga, 24 years old. On time trying to
Nah, you
quit
should
my
have known
dick.
better by 24, nigga. That's some shit you
Man, I got
learn
this.
your
I got
This
this
when you
nigga
big
like
talking
ass
20,
about a
dick. I'm
21.
movie
trying to
he
quit.
saw last week, and he keep thinking it was him when he was little.
You know what? You ain't finna try to bring back my motherfucking dark
He
sides of
said,
me.
he said, he
God
said, you
damn.
downplaying my traumas.
The rain effect in this game is beautiful, y'all. The
Oh my
rain
God.
effect. So let me ask you this: What does this game? How well does this game play on a PlayStation?
Oh,
We
you
don't
talking about
know.
Suicide Squad?
Yeah,
I don't know.
because it was just
Uh,
raining and it looked crazy. If you're a
well,
fan of the Arkham series, you'll know what I mean. When you see Batman and you see the
oh
rain
shit.
popping off his suit and it'll be dripping down him and stuff. Now
Yeah.
this is next gen. This is what next gen is supposed to look like. But I don't. I wanted to know how well does it play on a PlayStation. Because what was the IGN them gave it a bad? I mean, gave it a low score or some shit like
Gave it a
that.
5
Bad score.
because they don't
Yeah,
play
they
no
get it.
games
A
over there.
what?
They
A
gave that
5?
motherfucker a 5, my nigga. A 5. 1,
Okay, all right, all
2,
right. Now
3, 4,
now
5.
let's get into it.
He
Let's
said
get
fifth
into it. Why did they give it a 5?
I don't watch they
because
shit. That's what
they don't like the what's it called? They don't like the fact that they have like some kind of agenda against it because it's not the Batman. I don't that's a good ass question, bro. I don't know what they fucking issue is.
because
You know,
it's gonna have to be a youngster. If you ain't never played, see, that's why I said you cannot review. What's up with your Hydra? You cannot review a game that you don't. The
What's
genre
good,
you don't.
Hydra?
I
yeah. The
play
problem is
Forza
they prejudge the game before they actually
because they listen to everybody else. That's their problem. They go listen to
But
the
it's like
fake all
they
the
wanted
pony bots and the ponies. Nigga,
like
Xbox got the powerful system. This is I really want to say, and I gotta get this shit off my chest real quick. Fuck these PC niggas. Y'all over here breathing in them 1080p playing ass niggas. Patenga ain't playing in 4K. Alex ain't playing in 4K. They looking at booties. One of them is showing this man hallelujah. He's showing this random man for some clicks.
yeah. Listen, man. The whole thing
I need to
is
find. I need to find out. I need to find out what's going on in here. Chat, help
the
me out if y'all heard anything or any reason about how well this game play on the PlayStation.
And they
no.
Cause
probably
It's
gonna
what,
there's a
review it
fan.
on the
They did
PlayStation.
it. It runs well on all consoles and PC. It just looks best on Xbox and PC, and then it's
that's all. Yeah,
PlayStation and
okay.
Series S. That's how it goes. But the thing for this is, look, they already prejudged the game. They determined what it was prior to, right? Okay, that's one thing.
So what they do?
So
I mean,
Rocksteady
the
they
only reason
denied
why
them the code,
uh-huh.
and then that's why they got the extra low score. So they probably would have got like a 7 if Rocksteady gave them a code, because again, they already didn't want to like the
Ah,
game. So because they
okay.
didn't
See, now
get a
now we're
code, then
getting
they
to the
dropped it to
bottom
a
of it.
6.
Now we're getting to the bottom
Now,
of it.
mind you, Dreamcast. I watched Dreamcast guy play this game, and to be fair, it didn't look fun at all. Now, mind you, this is after I played the game, not before. I watched him play the game after I was already playing the game. So
Mhm.
after watching them playing, I was sitting there. I was like, "Damn, this shit don't look fun at all." But for the simple fact that I already know how the game played, I realized this nigga was retarded because he didn't know what he was doing. It was like watching somebody talking about Mortal Kombat, saying Mortal Kombat's trash, but you don't never see him do no special moves, and all that nigga do is do the clip and the uppercut. He'd be like, man, this shit is boring. All you do, you walk forward, uppercut, you walk forward, down click. Like, this is corny as hell. Who wants to play a game like this? Be like, dude, why don't you do the super moves? I shouldn't have to do all that. This is stupid. Be like, what? What are we
That's what
doing
they
here?
there for. But
Like,
then you forgot
listen,
that's a
man.
motherfucker smoke meth for a
But
living.
again, to be fair, Bone, if that's the way he chooses to play, and it's not appealing to him in the end, and he gives it it's a terrible game or a 5 or whatever the fuck he gave it. Look, I who am I to say that the way he plays is the wrong way? It's not the wrong way. That's just his way. So he wants to play based on the more moron way of like, I'm only gonna. They give us like 8, however many buttons are on a controller, and I choose only use 3 of them. You know, eh, listen, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
You know what
What
it
you
sounds
gonna do?
like to me? It sounds like here we go with the cases of, well, since I didn't get a review code for, fuck it, I'm gonna give it a low score. That's what it sounds
A
like
lot
to
of them
me.
took
It sounds,
a lot of the reviewers took that shit personally. But see, a lot of people, and I'm gonna say on the interweb, they feel like they on the interweb that they're entitled to shit. Ain't none of us entitled. I can request a review code. Honey, why you? Because if I'm not a reviewer. For one, do I get review codes? Yeah, but that's some. I don't even want to tell you some games I didn't got. They was dog shit. But I didn't want to tell you guys about them because I didn't want to put no negative. And they might fix it. And it might be good later on. And next week, we might have a new sponsor, man. Next week, we might have a sponsor, man. I got hit in an email Friday. I was 265 Mac. We might have a sponsor for Xbox Day One podcast. And I was shocked. And it's not Blue Chew. Even some of y'all niggas need it.
You said Blue Chew.
I'm a Dr. Eyes on Monday and Dr. T's on Monday about what's gonna go on. I'm shocked. Like, we've been trying to get you. We love your shit. Well, shit. You love my shit? Go push my shit. We trying to be stars? Shit. If I can sit here and talk, I can sit here and talk for 4 hours a day and make money. I'll be good. Oh, Livewire. That's why I wanted to ask you. And Flip. I saw that streamer. This dude, I saw it on Twitter. And it's a streamer. He's a multi-million-dollar streamer. Why he throwing roaches off of his shirt?
What?
Yeah. If I find it, I'll send it in the group chat. Yeah, he pulling roaches off he actually pulled this big ass cockroach off his shirt.
What?
Yeah, that just sounds crazy to me, dog.
He got a roach. They said he's a multi-million-dollar. I said, multi-million-dollar?
Hey, man, some niggas like living with roaches. That's his business. Those are his friends.
I guess he was lying on stream. And I was like, damn, this nigga had a big-ass cock. Them niggas that nigga was finna gang bang on him.
You said that nigga said, what about your friends? They won't let you down. In Japan, ain't that's what they call them pony roaches, cockroaches.
Oh, yeah, you right.
Yeah, they do. They call them that.
Man, I can't stand the motherfuckers, man. I can't. Shit just be fun. It's fun and games, man. This shit is fun and games. Y'all see me playing. You see Livewire, somebody's clicking. I'm gonna be clicking at
That's live. That's live. It's live. Snitching on that nigga now. That's live.
Yeah,
snitching straight off the bat.
Pretty good.
Yeah, snitching ass.
All right, what else? What other topic we got? What other stuff that we can talk about?
Halo Infinite update. A lot of people was mad about that shit.
Oh, wait.
Well,
before we go to that, we got to talk about what they did, what IGN did to Suicide Squad with the whole fucking releasing the ending of the game prior to the game even launching.
Oh wow! See, and now we understand why WB said, "I'm not giving y'all no code." Let this be known. This might be the last time they get a code from WB. Period. From any of that game.
Hey, you know what WB said? Go do like what 100 and Livewire do. Nigga, go get the motherfucking Super Edition.
Yeah, that's what I did. Listen, I wasn't on.
But I didn't play it off the back. I played a little of the.
Hold on, y'all got the Super Edition?
Yeah, I definitely did.
Why I didn't get that?
Because we actually and you was on some other shit.
You said you was on some other shit.
How much for the add-on for the Super Edition?
It was like $100.
No, I'm talking about the
extra. I don't even know, man. I don't even know what it does. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just know. Well, I know it's for the the season pass. I think is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a season pass for one. But I think it's 30. Somebody told me it was 30. But I paid the whole rack. I mean, I only paid 40 because I used my Xbox money. Shout out to Xbox Rewards. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh yeah, Boom. Okay, so now happy as hell about that shit.
I know what to do.
I On video
See how
games
much
the
it
last
is.
2 weeks, I just spent over about $300-400.
Yeah, you did. When you look it up and see how much it is, you'll be spending about another you'll spend about another $50 and stuff for me once you go get that extra copy edition for me. But yeah, find out what it does.
Everybody think I'm Daddy Warbucks.
Me.
I ain't. Damn.
This nigga, this motherfucker be in a party talking like he people dad. So we gonna treat you like one. All that riffraff and hook name that you be talking about. It's like, yo. Nah, but yeah, but that's crazy though for you to sit up there and get that mad and just ruin the game for everybody else and stuff like that.
No,
That's crazy.
that ain't no lie. That shit is bananas, bro. Talk about it.
That's
Like that was
crazy.
some, bro. That was
They
some
don't
bull. That was
But
some
let me
straight
ask
up
you this:
bullshit, bro.
how did they do it? Did they say spoiler or did they just say fuck it? Hey, let's get into it.
I don't remember if they said spoiler or not. I just know that I was looking. I'm like, why am I watching this cutscene? And I wasn't. This is
Also, that's why
before
they
I
found
think.
out that
See, I don't know the ending.
the people ain't
That's
played
a,
it.
that
I ain't gonna play. We played it, but
Nah, that was the
why they
shit with
that's
Batman.
why
They
they
were
were
showing.
mad
They
when
kept on
a
showing
certain
on the
person
internet.
died.
Yeah, they kept on showing the shit with Batman. So I'm like,
Oh man, blood die all the time.
Yeah. No, but that still sucks. That still
Yeah, but you
sucks.
should. Yeah,
It
come
still
on, man.
sucks. That come on. I mean, listen here. We all listen for people that in the comic book. It doesn't matter what continuity that they fall in, that they getting it from the comic book or whatever. Every last superhero in comic book history had died and came back. Had multiple universes and stuff, but nevertheless, there's still some real nutty buddy stuff to be doing. They throw that out there like that. That's still corny. That's real corny. They just show you about their own
They don't have
integrity
no
and
class.
how petty, how tiny and petty that they are. How low they will stoop just because they couldn't get what they think that they supposed to get. And we said this before. When it comes down there, luckily me, when it comes down to this thing right now, when you start seeing the turn and Microsoft, everybody start favoring Microsoft, I'm telling you, IGN is going to be the last one and they're going to crumble. They're going to crumble if they don't change their ways. Just like how Sony is, what's going on with Sony, IGN is going to do the same thing. They're going to crumble just like Sony if they don't change their ways. Because you cannot have a gaming company, a non-biased gaming company. You cannot call yourself where we're non-biased. But yet you still to play bias or whatever. You know what I'm saying that the hypocrisy, the hypocritical bullshit that they be doing, on the internet, and people just run with it and believe that stuff, man. And again, as Vodka said, we blame it on Sony because Sony allowed them to do that. So when they think that they are privileged, like white privilege, they think that they're privileged to say and do whatever they want to do because what their council of choice don't have anything better than what my Xbox have. And I'm saying this since the Xbox came out, and I dare to say this, and anyone can go back and check it and see I'm right. Sony ain't never had nothing that was totally ultimate way better than what the Xbox was doing since the birth of the Xbox. They didn't. Because if Xbox would have never came out, we probably would have just got a PlayStation 4. This probably would have been a PlayStation 4 generation. And we're probably in this generation, we probably would have just got online. We probably just got online. If not this generation, probably last generation. The only reason why Sony pushed out their console and doing the stuff that they're doing with their console is because of the fact of Microsoft. If Microsoft ain't do the internet thing and perfected it, Sony, nope, they wouldn't have did that. Yeah, everybody would have had Sony join, and their infrastructure, and their internet still will be messing up. people information still would be getting robbed and stuff. Because I can tell you, my information got robbed with Sony and when that PlayStation 3 when that joint first got hacked. So
They steal your slave papers too.
would you? Did I see the what? Nah. Oh man, cause that's messed up. That's messed up, man. That's Sony got all these people out here thinking they can say or do anything just to defend defend Sony. Now now let's play this scenario out. What if we know it would have never happened, but what if this game was exclusive to PlayStation for about 3 months? Do you think they would have did that? Nope.
Nah, because they wouldn't want to hurt their relationship with Sony, so, which is why they get passes for Sony gets passes for the things they do. Like I don't know, man. It's just bullshit, man.
Wake up.
What is that nigga talking about? I'm talking. Is he not hearing me?
Yeah, but you sounding like you. I know that voice. I know that voice. You know what's up with you, the realest in the building, and chaos.
What's up, man? Hey, it's late for everybody but you, though.
Huh?
It's late for everybody but you.
Oh, I thought he said he was straight.
I was saying it's late. It's late for everybody except for Hunted. You know what I'm saying? He's 3 hours.
He's up at
3 hours behind.
3 o'clock in the morning.
No, man, you tell him to wake up, man. He's sleepy.
Bone just getting tea and crumpet. Talking about to the queen. Let me put a little jack in that tea.
Hell yeah.
Let me put a lot of jack in that tea. Like what? Yeah, man. But I just think that there's a lot of bullshit going on, man. That don't make no sense. To ruin the game of any type of way. Just to ruin the game because you can't get your way. Like a fucking child. That's the bullshit. And people, and we say this all the time, people should see this from IGN. See, I didn't know that's what that was when they showed that the Batman got killed. I didn't know that's what that was. Wasn't paying attention to what's going on until like somebody said it like a couple days later, like, oh no, he killed him. I'm like, huh? I'm like, oh, that's fucked up. That sucks.
I heard about it, Flip, but I didn't know where it came out in the game. Remember me, Cypher, and there was action, and then he was like, Batman kicking our ass.
No, I seen it. No, I seen it. I didn't even know what was going on. I thought it was like I thought maybe. Yeah, well, you heard.
That's why I don't watch IGN.
I didn't know that's what was going on. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, huh?
Nobody can make me click on nothing that I don't want to click on.
No, but it wasn't like, I don't know. It was somebody's channel I was watching and they showed the clip. They were showing it first. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, okay. And I didn't see that. Like, you know how you're doing other stuff. You turn from the television a moment for a second or whatever and come back and you look. You're like, dang, I thought maybe it was, I didn't know what was going on. I seen that he was killed. She shot or something, turned around and he was dead, and I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, what is this? Then that's when I heard a couple days later, oh, he's dead. I'm like, what? So that's what that was. I'm like, yo, that sucks. People, we keep telling y'all got to stop following IGN and them, listening to them. These are the same people that some of these Xbox people be listening to them too. These the same people that be listening to these dudes from IGN, and them dudes be sitting up there spoiling games and stuff, and shit like in movies and stuff. These the same people. The same people coming that said that they are non-biased. I mean, I understand why people don't listen. These are the same people.
But Flip, can I ask you a question? How many of these motherfuckers in the world know what non-biased means?
Bone, motherfucker know what that means, dog. They know what that is.
No, I'm talking about when you talking about being non-biased, like say on a review or something. How many of them? They're gonna go for the clicks. They don't give
I
a fuck
give
about a non.
No. But they say that. They say it all the time. IGN, the whole crew say that. When people jump on them about the stuff that they do, like, what are you talking about? I'm just giving my critical opinion and stuff. I don't hate Microsoft. That's not what I'm doing. They say it all the time. I've been saying that for years. I don't hate Microsoft. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just giving my constructive criticism about what I don't like that they do. You heard Shaggy do and Selma and the crew and Dirty Dustin McGarrett. They all say it. So I mean, like even if people don't understand what the word non-biased means, they do now when they watch it. You say that all the time. Every day one of these companies comes up here and they keep saying it, but yet they do otherwise.
Game now. But I didn't really go read his tweet because I don't give a fuck about Dirty Dustin.
I don't know. Chat, what y'all think? Shit. Or am I bugging? Turn the mic over to really shit. God damn it. Make me something to drink.
And
Shit. I'm upset now. Shit. I'm upset now. Shit.
Or whatever you want.
Man, I'm mad now, dog. I'm upset. I'm angry.
But why, nigga? We got chaos in the house. Chaos at work.
Listen, the rules that they try to play, they try to talk from both sides of their face. You know, because you got to also, the funny thing is, these are the same motherfuckers that was out there telling people to stop showing spoilers for The Last of Us 2.
Thank you.
They was out there crying. Y'all got to stop showing spoilers for The Last of Us 2. You're ruining the experience for people that haven't gotten a chance to play the game. Mind you, they doing it for a game, not a game that's been out a week, not a game that's been out 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Game ain't been out yet. They put the shit out before shit even came to early access. They was putting that shit out. I think when early access in the States, they put it out when it hit I think it was like Sweden or some shit. You had to change your time zone.
They go run to them. You know what I'm saying? They go run out to them. What you got to say to brother? I see your mic is
Nah, look, you would call on me when I got a message to respond to. I had to use my phone, man, because I'm out here still waiting on my dog to get her hair fixed. So anyway, bro, y'all keep telling people about IGN, right? We all know about IGN. So they'll do something like leak or spoil a game and say, oh, it was accidental. And then people go back to business as usual because they need the media, I guess, for entertainment or just, something to talk about. When a person like us, right, we'll just listen to stuff when it comes to gaming. We're not gonna look at what they've done in the past, like especially like Xbox fans. Look, there's only a few like us that are Xbox fans that are apologists for Xbox. Everybody else, for the most part, they're just gonna play games. They don't care about the BS. They don't even put a whole lot of stock into IGN or how they conduct their business. But when it comes to us, we look at the media. We try to hold the media accountable. We call the media out. But for the most part, nobody's going to say anything. They're just going to tune into IGN or whatever shows they do, click the articles. We know that IGN is on some bullcrap. We know why they spoiled it. But guess what? They're going to say it was an accident and keep on going. It's just like Xbox tax. They're all in solidarity. Nobody's gonna say that it's Xbox tax. Finally, I saw on Twitter that Jez Corden said something about an Xbox tax, and he was one of the ones saying it doesn't exist because they're supposed to be showing a united front on that. But at the end of the day, they're all phony. They're all trying to keep their jobs. Look at what's his name? The little dude. I think it's Destin. Look at Destin. He's all Xbox. We put the clip up of him, right? They're talking about games, and then his right hand or man to his right was like, "Oh, Xbox has no games," right? And you saw his face. After all this time of us telling him about an Xbox tax, he knew it exists, but he can't call out his cohorts. He can't say anything about it. I don't put any stock in the media because Uncle Zeke is one of the main ones, man. He's always going at the media. It's like, man, they're not going to get right until Xbox. They're not going to get right until it's profitable, to be honest about Xbox. Once Xbox gets more people that support it or that are fans in the community, then they'll change their tune. But for right now, it's profitable to support Xbox and take a dump on Xbox. I mean, support PlayStation and take a dump on Xbox. And that's what they're going to keep doing until that plays out. I mean, because if you look at all IGN, I mean, they've found a way to stay relevant. They've been around since I was a kid. But I don't care about what they do. I don't read what they say. I listen to people, in the underground like us, the people who are real gamers, real fans. Look, I don't even mind a pony. It's just that a pony rarely can tell me why they like PlayStation. You know what I mean? I'm over here with this dude. He tell me PlayStation is better. I said, why? This dude saying he plays Call of Duty and Madden, but PlayStation is better. I said, tell me why. That's just what we got. We got people who are behind the console. They don't know why. They just know that they've always played on it, and that's what they're gonna stick to. Because you got a lot of people on Twitter don't even play games. They just I ain't gonna say
They just
games.
talk about
They,
it, bro.
well, they talk about it, but it's not like they're on PlayStation because of what PlayStation is doing. They like to play the games that you can play on Xbox on PlayStation. You look at when it
Yeah,
comes to them being hopeful that like a Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves is going to come to PlayStation. They acting like they really want it. And honestly, I hope Microsoft doesn't do it because this is going to flop
yeah.
like everything else.
It ain't
But
about. They just don't want Xbox to have anything. That's really what it is. Their whole agenda is they want Xbox to be gone altogether. Just want them gone. If they get their games, cool. But they don't really want those games because if they did, they would just get an Xbox. They just want them gone, period. And they feel like getting rid of them via the console is the best way to do it. Cool, get rid of them. They don't want PlayStation to have any competition at all. At all. They don't
but
want
what
it because when
well,
when Call of Duty
what they
came up to, huh?
now I was gonna say what they don't know is if Xbox leaves, PlayStation is right behind them.
Yeah, but again, they don't see it like that. They don't like listen, man. Like they would rather just feel like they took the win than actually coexist. Because mind you, they look at it like Xbox when before the whole ABK thing. If they're making a little bit less, in revenue for that year, but it's not considerably less. It's just a little bit less. So if Sony's making 20, they're doing 15, and they're sitting there like, oh well,
Oh
Xbox should
man.
just leave because they're not making as much as Sony, and like that's crazy as hell. Like like I said on my podcast, that's like if someone I know is making $1 million, but I'm making
750.
500,000 or yeah, even 175. Man, oh, I should quit my job because I ain't making as much as the dude that's making 1 million. What? That's crazy as hell. I'm still
But see,
making money regardless.
the problem is what's more sustainable. You look at what PlayStation is doing. Why is PlayStation quote unquote the number one brand in gaming? Right? It's not they're not even number one anymore. But when they were, the thing that makes them relevant is they're able to sell a bunch of consoles, and then
Hmm.
those consoles in turn they're able to sell a lot of third party content. But
Yeah, but they're also
If PlayStation for some reason can't hit 100 million consoles to where they can sell that software, PlayStation's in deep trouble because we already know that the people aren't buying their games. What you got to say?
no. I'm saying the thing that Lego PlayStation has on Xbox right now is the localization and the availability everywhere. Like there's just more places, man. There are more places, and when they are in those in a lot of places that Xbox is in, they have better localization because what I mean they come in multiple languages and all that shit. So and all that shit costs money. So where Xbox may not have the localization, they don't have all the actors and the all the it's either like English, Russian, or French or whatever. But like they just don't have as many different languages
Why would they? Why would they
with
make
dialect.
a? Why would they do all that when people aren't even buying the consoles in Russia?
No, 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 no,
And you
no.
know,
No, I understand that. What I'm just saying is that's how PlayStation's able to get a leg up. It's because yeah, people buy them, but they also buy it because it's available. It caters to them. But in turn, it's gonna cost that shit costs money. It's not cheap. Localization ain't free. Now, that's where the AI comes in. AI can help, mitigate a lot of the loss that they have. Bringing in actors and localizing people to localize a lot of that content. But the thing is PlayStation, look, it's a bigger brand. It's been around longer. So as much as uh, it's just always going to be an uphill battle for Xbox until they just have, like, right now they're establishing their identity. Like they're truly establishing their identity. Because if you think about it, PlayStation 4 and, well, shoot, from PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 4, they were always known as the console for variety. It wasn't until well into the PlayStation 4 generation that they just became just the cinematic movie freaking
yeah,
console.
but nobody cares about that, bro. PlayStation came in, and they came in like Nintendo came in, man. Back
Yeah,
in
well,
back
I
when
mean,
back
yeah,
when
because
back
they
when
came in
back
during
when
that era.
Nintendo but back when Nintendo came in, right? You had all these companies going out of business, and then Nintendo came in, quote unquote, save console gaming. So then when Sony comes in, right? You have Sega that's on their last legs. You got Nintendo who's getting pushed back against by the industry, right? Because they want to keep their cartridges. The industry wants to move the discs. And then you have the Nintendo 64 that barely moves any units, and then that's backdoored by the GameCube. But you
Yeah.
look at where PlayStation came in. PlayStation came in at a low point in gaming, and they were able to capture a lot of people during that point. And also they had the DVD, right? Because the
Well,
PlayStation 2 is
I wouldn't
the
even say that.
the
I wouldn't
PlayStation
even
2 is the
say.
best selling console of all time. So that's what they came in. And all these people who came in during the PS2 era, they're still around. They have loyalty from those people because you look at the Xbox 360 when they said it was competitive. When Xbox
Yeah, but
360 basically won that generation,
I wouldn't say it
PlayStation
came in
gave
at a
that to
low
them.
point. I would say
It's a
that
low
it
point,
came
bro.
into a
How is it?
transition.
How is it not a low point when you got Sega dying and Nintendo near death?
No, that's what I'm saying. They came in during a transition. So
A
Nintendo wasn't
transition.
willing. Sega was transitioning, but they could not because they had internal conflict. That's what fucking
It
fucked over Sega.
doesn't matter, bro.
Uh,
It's a game. It's a low point in gaming, bro. Because basically, nobody was checking for Dreamcast. I had one, but I
well,
didn't know.
yeah,
I
no,
didn't.
no,
I
no,
didn't. I didn't know. Learn
no,
about it until later. And
no.
Nintendo was struggling, bro.
Yeah, but you got to remember, people like the retail market. They fucking turned their back on Sega because of the shit that happened with the Saturn. They just, you know, that shit had nothing to do with video games and the quality of the product. It had to do with relationships. It was all politics. And that's why they did what they did,
I
because
can
the
agree with him
whole
on that. I
Madden
agree with
not
him on
being
that.
on fucking Dreamcast and all that shit. That was the shit. Now, granted, we got 2K because of it, but still, it was a lot of politics in that,
And
which is
and and
why.
Yeah,
and and two K
I
and
can
two
agree
K
with
two
that.
K was better than Live, and it was better than Madden. But at the end of the
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, if people don't subscribe to it, it's all for nothing.
yeah.
And that's
I
why
mean,
and that's why I say it was gaming's low point. Because if gaming was at a high point, they wouldn't have been able to sell 150 million consoles. Because Dreamcast would have had their share, Nintendo would have had their share, instead of PlayStation basically taking the whole share.
well, it was the. I would say it was part of the gold. Well, no, I would say the golden era was with 360, the Wii, and PS. Well, I don't know. because
That's what,
technically
but
that's
look,
hard to say.
if PlayStation, check it out. If the PlayStation 3 is 300, does Xbox sell 80 million consoles?
Nah, because
Okay.
people were willing to take the risk on a
Yeah, but I mean,
PS3
it was
without games.
$300 less. What do I look like going to buy a PlayStation when I can just go buy a console that plays the same game? And then the Japanese games were on Xbox
Ah,
too.
somebody in the chat said it. Yeah, I was just thinking about that too. My man Cypher Man said no, that was the PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2 had killed the Dreamcast. That's what
Yeah,
killed it.
Right.
no, yeah, that
Not the
definitely killed the
not the
dream.
first PlayStation.
No,
PlayStation
no.
just, huh?
The first PlayStation didn't kill anything. That's why I said the first PlayStation came in during a transition. When they came
Okay.
in, they were going
Well, then that would be accurate. Then
cartridges.
it did.
Yeah, they were going from cartridges to disc. Like Sega had already
But
done
okay,
disc.
but
Sega
Sega
was
has
But
already
started falling
gone.
off Sega was falling off since the 32X, bro.
Yup. Yup. That 32X add-on and stuff.
yeah,
And then you look at Nintendo after the Super Nintendo and then the Nintendo 64 came in.
yeah,
People were already starting to reject $60 consoles. The developers were rejecting the not consoles, cartridges, right?
yeah,
The developers wanted to move over to CDs.
Right.
Nintendo
yeah.
didn't. Just
Well,
look at how
because
many
Right.
look at how many units the Nintendo 64 sold compared to the Super Nintendo.
yeah, but you're talking about the cartridge cost. One, to make the cartridge was more expensive than the CD.
No,
Like that's what
the cost doesn't matter. Like because
well, for
people
the
were saying they were
developer,
paying,
for
but
publishers it
but
does.
listen, people said they were paying $100 for Super Nintendo games. So the cost of the to the consumer didn't matter. It's about the support that I'm talking about. Nintendo lost the support, and that's when you had Sony come in. Sega lost the support for whoever fault it was, right? Because a lot of
Well,
people blame
yeah,
Sega, a lot of people blame PlayStation, but
no,
for whomever's fault it was, PlayStation came in and started to take over with the PlayStation 1 and started dominating with the PlayStation 2. Nobody cared about a GameCube. Dreamcast was already out of there, and then Xbox comes in the middle of that generation.
yeah, because they came in during an opportunistic time because you have obviously Nintendo still on the cartridge. They were trying to push Nintendo cartridge to the CD, but they didn't want to do it. PlayStation took the opportunity. They were coming fresh face, baby face. They don't, they just trying to figure out what the devs want, right? So the devs say they want this, fuck it, give them this. Like they wasn't going to push back on that shit. So the devs were like, shit, they're gonna let us use this, cool. And then that's when you just seen, that thing really, you know, jump up because again, I mean not Dreamcast, the Saturn already did this. I mean, even if you talk about Sega CD, but it wasn't as successful as obviously the PlayStation. Um, but yeah, they wanted disc, and they a lot of and shoot, that's Final Fantasy. That's the whole thing with reason why Square Enix has their loyalty to PlayStation. So when that era came in, PlayStation they had an opportunity. Shit, that's like Xbox with the hard drive. You know what I mean? Like in the band and the Ethernet cable and all that shit. When cats was trying to go online and PlayStation wasn't available, they couldn't really do that shit. That's when they had, the big advantage during the Xbox, the OG Xbox in the 360 era. You know, you ever played Call of Duty on the PS3? That shit was horrible.
Yeah, Cypher
Everything was
Man.
horrible on PlayStation 3.
Cypher Man is right. He's right. Yeah, because I paid for $100 cartridge from Nintendo. He's not lying. People was buying it because I did it. I remember it
Yeah,
was a
Yeah, I mean,
sci-fi game.
but
Couple sci-fi games that came out that Nintendo had, and them cartridges was like $100. It was $100. Which you know how it is when they get you to get the books and all that other stuff. Because you think, oh
yeah.
yeah, I get the book. The book's gonna show me. That joint came up to $100. Because I was doing that. I was buying
yeah,
that
but
stuff with
the market didn't reject Nintendo for the cartridges though. It wasn't the market. It was
No,
developers.
it's
When PlayStation and Sony came in with their CDs, then everybody started to look to the CDs. People had already stopped really getting behind Nintendo with the Nintendo 64.
yeah.
well
Like
the biggest
they didn't have a lot of games either though.
Yeah, but that would exactly. They have
The,
two
the, the,
issues.
the one
Nintendo.
the one constant for Nintendo, which is why the Switch is what it is handheld. They've always
Yeah,
been able to dominate handheld. So like when the Nintendo 64 struggled, it didn't matter. When the GameCube struggled, it didn't really matter. And then when you had the Wii U, that's when it started to matter. And so what they did was they just combined both of them, and that's where you get the Switch. And now they're
yeah,
dominating. People would prefer to have a disc now, right? Instead of these little bitty SD card cartridges that Nintendo has. But people want the games in the market to support Nintendo, and they weren't doing that during the Nintendo 64 era.
they weren't doing it because again, those games were expensive and it was cheaper for the developers and therefore it was cheaper for the customers. So you can
But it
buy
wasn't. But the
Nintendo
person you
game
have,
and get like two PlayStation games at the same
but the
time.
person,
So
the person that you have to blame is I blame Nintendo for it because if Nintendo ain't never go to Sony about making a disc drive like Sega had a disc drive and the 32X and all that other stuff. Who knows? Sony wouldn't have came out. Nintendo ain't like that. Like the deal what was going on with Sega with Sony. Sony said, well, fuck you, and made their own shit.
yeah, well, I mean,
Because
Nintendo
they
Bro,
did.
gave the
you said that.
idea to Sony.
You said that like you scared of Sony. I'm glad Sony here.
Yo, you said you
So
mad
so
at that?
so
I'm
so
just saying.
oh yeah
I'm just
yeah. So
saying.
so now they can get to stick themselves, right? Because look, when PlayStation came in, they were the big dogs. They had the biggest bank. You gotta remember
Of course,
they almost strangled Sega
Sony
and
name
Nintendo
is
just
what
because of their
helped them.
size.
Sony name is
Yeah,
what
but
helped them. They was the
yeah, but
best.
look
Like had tape, CD, DVD, stereo system. You know what I'm saying? They was. I mean, they name carry weight. Oh,
yeah.
motherfucker, like they should.
When they came in, they automatically got like 250 developers come in with them, right?
Yep.
And the way that they operate, and you gotta also remember how Nintendo mistreated third party. Nintendo really don't even like third party, right? So it was the whole industry against Nintendo because they had to be under the iron rule of Nintendo for all those years. So they were ready for somebody to save them.
I
And so
remember
here comes
Capcom had
Sony.
a problem. Capcom had a problem with lacing all that chip and they cartridge to play on Resident Evil. People don't even remember that. Resident when Nintendo that cartridge on ain't problem than that on PlayStation. Yes, it was. It was just that it was cost too much. Because Capcom was mad about that. About lacing all the chips and stuff on it to play Resident Evil. Because then when Resident Evil came out on the 64, it looked way better than that PlayStation. And I'm like, damn. Because I was like,
Well,
yo, this shit look
The
crazy.
Nintendo was more powerful than the PlayStation.
Of course. I mean, yeah, of course. But, it is what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, when you look at how all the things that were going on, basically Sony was looked at as a savior for developers. And if you look at
I believe
I
that.
mean Nintendo had it right though, right? Because they said it. What's the point in everybody selling the same games? That's why they weren't really favorable towards third parties. Like, okay, you want to be here, all right, it's gonna cost you to be here. And without the platform, they have nowhere to sell their games. So Nintendo was basically giving them railroad deals. But then here comes Sony. But when you look at it now, right? Look at now, you got three players in it, right? And well, technically you got more than three, but three console players. And who had it right? Look at Nintendo. Did you see Nintendo crying at the Activision hearings? No. Why? Because they did their job in being able to sell their customers on their games. It doesn't matter if Call of Duty comes or not. It don't matter. It didn't matter if Hogwarts or anything else came to Switch or not, because you got Zelda, Mario Kart. No matter how many times, Pokemon, they can drop 20 Pokemons a year, and each one of those things will sell over 15 million. And Nintendo gets 100% of that. Versus you look at a PlayStation, and look at what they have to give Marvel to use Spider-Man. Look at their fan base. They're not checking. They're not checking for
Spider-Man,
PlayStation's games.
People don't understand. I mean, we used to talk about that, like yo, Sony don't own that, dog. That even the movie is like it's just the same thing as a license deal. Like if you're making games and stuff, even with the like yo, that they getting hurt. They getting hurt.
Yeah,
They
but
getting mangled. Like
yeah,
yo,
but
it's
see,
not.
that's Sony's problem though. Ever since Sony's inception, they've trained their fan base to look for other people's games because they didn't have any. So when you bring out a God of War and you can sell 150 million consoles and you can only sell 20 million of them, and half of those is going for 12.99, 15.99. Then where the money at? You see what I'm saying? Nintendo don't have that problem. And then when you look at Xbox can sell 50, 60 million consoles, and if they can't at least touch 10 million, all right, it's not a good deal to keep making these expensive games. So what do? They remedy that through Game Pass. They remedy that by going to PC. Like a lot of people, it's like we want Microsoft to go out console Sony, whereas you got these guys that make millions of dollars a year. They know where Xbox stands in the marketplace. How did they take it back through exclusives? Well, we knew they couldn't do that with Activision. That
Hell
was
no.
and the main thing that Activision had was Call of Duty. They couldn't take that, right? Minecraft is still multi-plat and everything attached to it. So we got to pay attention to what Microsoft's doing, not really what they're not so much what they're saying. Because one thing, because I remember them saying, everybody's complaining about these games going to Xbox, but Phil Spencer was pretty direct when he said first or better. And we're like, no, you can't put them over there. Well, you can't put them over there. But at the end of the day, man, if they can't get people to start buying Xboxes, what are they gonna do? And we start talking about localization and all this other stuff. They're gonna have to start marketing and doing the same legwork that PlayStation did. That's a Japanese company. So if they can go over there and make headway in other areas through street teams, through marketing, Xbox can do the same thing. We just don't know if they attach the same value that PlayStation did back in those days. Because there's nothing that separates the PlayStation from the Xbox. You can say exclusives, but the only console that's selling based off exclusives is Nintendo. Because back in the day, we were built on Halo Gears. Back in the day, Microsoft, we were built on that. People were lined up around buildings for Halo. I can't remember any PlayStation game that ever happened for. They still do it for Pokemon. So at the very least, people are on Xbox for Halo and Gears, and Xbox has to figure out what these people want to get them back invested in these games that they make. Starfield is a start. Hi-Fi Rush is a start. And if they move Hi-Fi Rush to other platforms, then what are they really doing?
You know what they need to.
I don't really, huh?
Unfortunately, what they really need to do, they got it. We can all agree on this that PlayStation dominates the fucking internet, and I don't mean by playing games. I just mean by on YouTube, on the internet article. All they dominate that. That's where Microsoft. It's hard for Microsoft to fight up. Because again, we all had played games that Microsoft had that was good. It's not like Microsoft make trash games. It's just that these PlayStation dudes that run IGN, to tattoo people, GameSpot, and all them motherfuckers, they gonna side where they think where the money is at. That's the problem that Microsoft have. It ain't the fact that they got the games and stuff. Cause let's keep it real. It ain't like these games Microsoft pushing out is bullshit. They good, but they have some games you see right now are like billion-dollar franchises. But
they're good. They're good games.
We got to get rid of these motherfuckers up, or these so-called video game media. Got to get these motherfuckers to stop doing that shit.
But every game. But look at every game that they buy that's paradigm shifting, right? Your Call of Duty, your Minecraft. They keep a multiplat. They have to have a paradigm shifting type of game, right? Because honestly, when you have a person that they really don't even care if it's PlayStation or Xbox. They just want to play Grand Theft Auto, Madden 2K, the normal games. And those are games that really don't leave a lot of room for you to play other games. And that's the problem with the entire industry. We got too many games out here to begin with. There's just too many. There are just too many games out here, and people aren't even paying attention. There's so many games out here that people don't even play. Studios that go out of business because, and then now you got this huge live service paradigm where everybody's trying to make a live service paradigm. You're trying to take away customers from your Fortnite and Grand Theft Auto. That's going to be a tough hill to climb. So Microsoft needs a paradigm shifting game, and they need to have it on their platform. All this friendly, everywhere. They can't do that. That's if they truly care about taking over the console market, because everything they say says we don't care, and the moves that they're making, affirm that. Because if it's me and I'm trying to take over the console market, I'm fighting for Call of Duty exclusivity.
It's different. See, I'll sit back and listen. Let me cut my little shout out to the homie.
That motherfucker was drinking and eating.
No, I was eating.
I know.
Either one of us.
Fucking snippety snack. Say what you got to say, good brother.
You gotta understand, this is a different realm. We gotta quit comparing what happened then to going in now. This is times that this is waters we ain't never been in. We ain't had the digital. Just like people that said people was fighting for cartridges to CDs. I had the homegirl asked me the other day. She said, "Do you still own DVDs?" I said, "I still own some." But that market is you want it everywhere. That means they want your phone. They don't want PlayStation. They don't care. Phil already said, "I don't care what Sony does." They want to know if you see Microsoft on it. So if they put it on an Apple, on an Apple, this and that, well, they're looking for software. Sony got 50 million out there. They don't even have 50 million people signed up for PlayStation Plus.
Well, let me ask you this. Wouldn't that be part of it?
So,
let me ask you this, Vaughn. Wouldn't that be part of what's going on now, the shifting? How Microsoft, okay, you saying Phil don't care about it, but that is shifting. That's shifting from what
Microsoft's on the gun. Because guess what? Everything when Microsoft did, you didn't see Sony on MSNBC. Fuck, this shit's late. You ain't seen them on Fox News talking about finances. When you see a Sony, a head of Sony talking to them right before state of or after state of play. But see, you got Phil and all the rest of them, they'll talk. See, that's the difference in the paradigm. Like you say, paradigm shift. It already been shifting when it hit Game Pass. When people like Game Pass gonna be trash. I've been in Game Pass from day one. Why I ain't have to pay for shit.
You know what I see Game Pass as? Remember, I said this before at a party. Think about back in the day when we used to watch movies. How long movies used to take to come out for to hit the tape. Because VHS. Think about that.
Yeah.
Most movies where the movie didn't do good in the movie theater, they'll try to recuperate their money from where? From the VHS tape. That's what I think Microsoft is doing with Game Pass. If we can't get 50 million or 20 million or whatever from a game that we just put out a brand new IP or whatever, we can try to get it from the back end. Not only that they went so far for themselves, they can make that money back from the back end once people get hooked on Game Pass, gateway drug to Xbox. You know what I mean? Shout out to Vodka. You know what I'm saying? We came up with that crazy shit. But not only that, we can also help third parties, developers, second party developer, whoever, also to make that money in the back end also. But that's what I see when I see Game Pass. That's the first thing pop in my head. Like, yo, why this remind me of movies back in the day where people ain't get to go see them movies and stuff, and that movie or if it hit cable or VHS, they make the money that money back in the long run. That's what I see when I see Game Pass. I'm like, oh, this is like You know what I'm saying, like, as we all say, the streaming service. I'm like, yo, this is like back in the day, just like back in the '70s and the '80s
They
and
took
stuff.
out Blockbuster.
Yeah, like that's the first thing pop in my head. I said, this ain't nothing but a modern day blockbuster and stuff. That movie came out. That movie was trash.
Yeah.
But
And
you know what?
and,
Because there was so many movies that was out that shut that movie down. You think it's trash, man? That thing is in Game Pass. Next thing you playing, because that's all I see. They like, man, this is a good game. I didn't even know that. Like, how come this thing made by? Because you ain't go out there and buy the game or support it or nothing. It got shut down from other big titles, games and stuff. Well, I'm just saying, like that's just how I see Game Pass.
Like what they're doing now, and I don't know if like how many people pay attention to streaming. When a lot of these services came out, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, remember all this stuff came out during the pandemic. Prior to the pandemic, all we really had was Netflix. Peacock wasn't there. Freaking Apple TV was there, but they didn't really have a real huge selection. They're just starting to get shit now. But if you look at the biggest services are, Netflix, Disney Plus, and what's number three? Maybe Apple TV. I think
no, I
Apple
think it's
TV is
Max.
probably, is it Max?
I think it's either Paramount or Max.
Yeah, I don't count Hulu because Hulu is really Disney too. You know what I mean? So it's kind of
It's
one
a
and the
joke.
same.
It's a joke. I don't know. I can't. You're right
But if
about that.
but recently, I don't know if you've noticed, Netflix just got all the DC, well, not all, but they got a lot of DC
Yeah,
movies
they
that
got
were
the old
only on
DC
Max,
movie.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But that's not the only thing. Max also got some Disney properties.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't necessarily get like they didn't get like the Little Mermaid or anything like that, but there was other property, because Disney has a bunch of subsidiaries that they make the rated R movies from that either go on Hulu. Some of them come to Disney, not many, but the others they kind of distribute them to other streaming services. So that's what Microsoft could be looking at. It's just like how can we make games but not only have these games only be on our service only. You know
But
what I
my
mean?
hang on, but
They
lie
get,
why?
they getting paid just like them.
Yeah, but
Not
my
to cut
thing
you
is y'all
off.
acting like Microsoft is broke.
No, it's not. It's not
It's
about.
not.
It's
No,
not
but y'all
Not
about.
acting
acting
like
It's
like
they
not
that.
ain't
about.
got no
That's not what we
money.
saying.
No, no,
Nah,
no, no.
nah.
That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about
Y'all
is
acting like
they.
that's broke. That's broke. I wasn't gonna say the N word.
No, you
That's
aren't
broke.
listening. You're not listening.
I don't want to
They
listen.
don't. They don't. Do they have to do that? No. But guess what? Just like a profile, a portfolio. If you have a portfolio for the stock market, right? You don't put all your shit in one location. You spread that shit around. Spread that shit around. So if freaking Max comes to you and says, "I'll give you a couple of $1 million for a movie that nobody's really watching on your service because they already watched it," why the fuck wouldn't you just give it to them? Unless it's something that
You're right.
you,
It's
you
like I told.
un-
I mean, what's
unless
talking?
unless it's something that you specifically believe that you're
Long
that
as your
that
hit rocks. My thing is, long as your hit rocks ain't on that other system, I don't care. Because I didn't have to do today. Well, we fight. Everything need to be everywhere. Yeah, your
well
mother's not everywhere. So
uh,
why this game got to be everywhere?
Oh God, why the hell you
You
li-
got
know
to
I
say
had to
like
go
like
listen
left.
what the hell? Why?
I
listen
had to
I
go
don't
Why,
left.
man?
like I'm gonna be honest with you, Bone. At this point in time, I don't know what they're gonna do. I really don't. I'm not gonna put any energy in trying to think whether or not they are going to change because guess what? Bro, I remember having this conversation prior to the MLB The Show coming out. People forget this ain't no new conversation. This is a cycling conversation that's always been around because prior to MLB The Show coming out on Xbox, they were talking about why is Minecraft Dungeons or something. It was some Minecraft game, some game that Xbox makes that was going to PlayStation. But why is that game coming to? Was it MLB? No, no, no. I think it was because of Deathloop and shit. It was Deathloop and all that other shit that was still coming to place. If people didn't understand why once they bought the Paramount Plus shit. They were, I mean, the Paramount Plus shit. The
Zenimax. Once they bought Zenimax, while some
ZeniMax.
of them
Yeah,
games was still
why didn't
coming
they
out.
just cancel? Yeah, why didn't they just cancel? Because they were like, well, you cancel Starfield and for PlayStation, but you're not
No,
Well,
canceling
it was
Deathloop
no.
not under
and
But
exclusive
that's different.
contract though.
Right.
huh? Yeah, but they were saying no, but people were saying, well, why don't you just like pay the penalty and just not put it on there, blah 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 blah, right?
Because they're not done
And
buying. If they'd have done that, then what happens with Activision?
huh? Yeah, but this is prior to them even knowing they had a chance to even get Activision.
But
You know
no,
what I mean?
it's
But
like it doesn't matter. Just Activision, like they said that they're not done buying. They still say they're not done buying. So if they
That's
don't honor the if they don't honor the
that's the
contracts
crazy
with,
thing.
with Bethesda, right? Does
oh no,
the what are the FTC or whoever the regulator, do they believe them when they say we're going to honor Call of Duty
oh no,
contracts?
no, no. I understand that. I'm just telling you what the conversation was. What people
Mm.
were complaining about. They were saying that Microsoft has enough money to pay the penalties. Why bring anything to PlayStation? You know, on some fuck
Right.
PlayStation, just don't bring nothing over there type shit, right? So, and then while that conversation was going on, boom, MLB The Show coming to Game Pass day and date, and then everybody was like, wait, what the fuck? But and that never became a conversation of PlayStation's going third party, even though because the whole thing was well the MLB forced them to do it. No, not really. PlayStation could have just said they're not gonna make that game no more. They didn't have to.
Yep.
They didn't have
Yep.
to do it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just let
But what
Microsoft do
they
it.
happened?
did. They can't not make that game because that game makes them a lot of money. It only sold 1.5 million copies
No,
every
no, no,
year,
no,
but if
no,
you
no.
look at the money they make off of that game, they don't want to lose that
Now,
game.
but that's now. At that
No, it was
time,
all
they made no. At that time, they made
MLB The
good.
Show
No,
was
no, no.
not making
It
a lot of
was
money
not.
for
At
It
that
Sony.
was
no.
at
not.
that
Yeah,
time,
It
it
was
was
going
not
down.
making money when it was
It was
no,
exclusive.
Sony. It
no.
was not.
At
That's
at
why they
that
made it.
when
That's why they made it
Okay,
third
no,
party.
no.
all right. Look,
They made they made no.
that's
They
y'all's
made
opinion. That's
money
y'all's
on
opinion, man.
PlayStation. No, they
That
Like
made
is
money
straight
on play.
facts.
Nah.
no,
That's a fact.
no.
No,
They
they
made
weren't
money
in the
with the
red.
game.
Yes, they made
They,
money
Yeah,
on
they
the
after
game.
it came on
They
Xbox.
no. They
after
made money with
no
the game with it
no. They
being
made
exclusive.
no. Yes, when it was exclusive, it made money regardless. But what happened was once it came to Game Pass, and mind you, it wasn't like it only came to Game Pass. I think it came to Game Pass, and is it on PC too,
I
or it
think
came to Game
so.
Pass and Switch? It was something. It didn't just come to Xbox. It came Xbox and somewhere else. But once it was out there, that's when it boomed. Because again, PlayStation gamers already had, and it was kept. It's no different than what you're seeing if Sea of Thieves comes, right? Because as much as MLB The Show is a great game, right? They only had a finite amount of people. It was like the same people were buying that game year in, year out, but they were not growing at all. Then
It
they
was
put it on
dying.
Game Pass, and that shit blew the fuck up.
No,
Yeah.
it
It
wasn't.
was. I
It
Every year,
wasn't. Look,
because every
I know.
year you hear
I
how
know what
much
you
bigger
mean when
it's
you say they
getting than
was
the year
making
before.
money. I know what you mean when you saying it was making money on Sony. You're right, it was, but not as year was going on, it was going down. That number was going down quick.
It was not going. It was not going down. They were consistently around 1.2 to 1.5 million. They were able
That's what I'm
to count
saying.
on that.
It
They were
wasn't
able to count on.
growing. That's
They
what.
were able to count on that game's profits every year. And for Sony, as long as they can have any game, and then the biggest hole in their whole resume is no live service, no ongoing games, no games that can make money. They're just like Madden, bro. You're buying cards for players and everything. There's microtransactions in the game. The game was making money, and the reason why I know this is because back when what's his name? I used to listen to him. The dude who made God of War. He he spoke about. He said a lot of people make fun of the game. He said, but Scott Rhodey, whoever he is, told him you'd be surprised how much money we make off of that game every year. Now you're right.
Yeah.
Putting the game on multiple platforms is obviously going to make more money. PlayStation would have preferred to keep it exclusive. They didn't care if the game wasn't growing. This is the problem with PlayStation and their exclusivity deals. Their exclusivity deals do nothing for the actual game itself. It only serves to help Sony. It does nothing to grow the
Yeah.
brand. It does nothing to grow the visibility of the game, but it helps PlayStation. Look at Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy has been losing popularity over the years, and they keep dealing with PlayStation because they need the money. But the
Yeah,
overall brand recognition for that game has gone down since it came out, like '97 or whatever that is. So yeah,
yeah,
of
but
course, it's going to make more money when you put it on a platform where you have a bunch of adults that actually spend money on games. Yeah, yeah, it blew up, but they were happy to keep it exclusive. MLB
yeah,
said
well,
it's
yes,
doing nothing to grow us. It's doing nothing to grow
no,
us as a brand. The MLB is the one that needs people to start watching it more. It's the one that's constantly making rule changes to help bring people back to the game. It used to be America's pastime. Now it's football. All this is
yeah.
there
Well, I
was
mean,
only
but for
one
them,
maker making baseball games.
but for them, it's a win-win because what MLB gained was they gained more people actually playing their game. I mean, being introduced to baseball that weren't because oddly enough, video games is a conduit that also introduces kids to sports. As a shoot, there's kids that play 2K that were not playing basketball prior to. They were not.
Right.
Like, people, and now granted, they don't consume sports in the same manner that um we did when we were kids. We would sit there and watch the whole game. Now kids will either watch highlights or they'll, depending on the sport. Like football, people are more content in like watching quarters or more of the game than actual basketball or any other sport. But the thing is with MLB is because it became so much bigger being multi-plat, PlayStation would never go back to trying to make it just an exclusive because it wouldn't benefit them. Because that would be a big gamble for them, thinking like, all right, well, we're going to make it exclusive again. We're not going to take it off. We're going to take it off Nintendo, PC, and Xbox. They would hope people would just be like, oh man, I got to go get freaking this game on PlayStation only. But the thing is,
See,
the
they
costs are going to go up still.
But
yeah, I was
So
about to
mind you,
say that.
but Livewire.
so
But one
so
is
so
I was
so
about to
hang on
say
the
that.
Livewire. I'm gonna
so what I'm
stop you right
saying is the
there.
game is still going to be expensive to make, but now you're hoping that you're going to regain the
No,
people
no, I'm with the brothers. The
from the
brothers see
revenue.
what they made. The MLB saw what 2K is making and the NBA ain't making, and they're making all these TV deals.
Yeah, I mean
So
they got some TV deals still.
MLB made Sony to make that call.
No, I didn't say they didn't. I'm pretty sure they had that conversation with them and
Yeah, but
basically
if
say
and then
no.
Sony and the thing
Well,
about it is if some and then
because
guess what? If Sony didn't do it,
You
guess
mean
who's
the
gonna get
league
that
made
money?
Sony
no,
make that call?
no.
Huh?
And
If Sony didn't do it, guess what was going either going 2K or it was going to go EA.
No, because honey, you
no, I
don't
don't
remember.
think no,
You
no.
don't remember.
I think they raised the cost of it. That's what it was. It wasn't
No, they
about
was ready to go. No, our we
no,
let them go
it
on
wasn't
waiting
no.
for Sony
It
not to
wasn't about
sign that
it
damn
wasn't
contract.
no, it wasn't about them taking the game away. It was about them raising the licensing fee. So it was like, all right, we're gonna raise the licensing fee if you do not put this on multiple platforms. Because if you're gonna just leave it here, we want a bigger chunk. Look at what they got for Disney. You see how big that fucking license that fee is? If that shit
That what?
if that shit was if Spider-Man was everywhere, I'm pretty sure they could have reduced the licensing fee on that shit.
Well,
Because it
that's
would have
the
been
point.
everywhere. So therefore you would have a broader but since it's only on PlayStation, Disney's gonna want a bigger chunk because
But
they're missing out
did you
on a
read
lot
it?
of dollars from other platforms.
But did you read the contract?
Yeah, it was like 19 to it was all different percentages and shit like
No,
that.
well, basically what it does is it taxes Sony for cheating, right? Because Sony obviously is saying, hey, we got the biggest platform, we got the biggest fan base. Disney is smart, right? We look at these companies like, oh, they don't know gaming, they don't know this. No, they know.
No,
They know that Sony can fudge the numbers by what? Bundling the game. So what do? They tax them for it.
yeah,
If you bundle Spider-Man, that's why they only did a limited edition. So if you bundle Spider-Man, the percentage that we take is more, right?
yeah,
If you sell it physically, the percentage we take is more because we get none of the resale value.
Motherfucker,
Yeah,
So
Disney did a royalty deal on a
yeah,
motherfucker.
but
Disney,
that's what they supposed to do.
Disney sent Jay Jerkin them in there. You know what I'm saying? They went in there and just roughhouse Sony, man. But with the MLB, from what I read from the MLB's position is the visibility of their game, the profile of their game, the actual game, the sport wasn't being raised. They were only selling, like I said, between 1.2 1.5 million.
Hmm.
But like Hunter said that they would have brought somebody else in. Nah, that's where the impasse was because it's like everybody forgot. EA had a baseball game, 2K had a baseball game,
Yeah,
and 2K went so far as to do a $1 million contest trying to drive interest in the baseball game. $1 million to whoever can pitch a no hitter. Right? They were trying to do anything they could to get people to get involved with the baseball game, and nobody would. So EA stopped making a baseball game. 2K stopped making a baseball game, and they only left they only left PlayStation and MLB. And MLB was making was getting somebody to make the RBI baseball games. Those are the only two baseball games out there. But even then, you look at Madden. Madden is a phenomenon. 2K is a phenomenon. The visibility of the two sports, because you got to look at it. The four major American sports are in competition with one another too.
yeah. The problem is the
So
best athletes don't play baseball like they used to. Like they don't get like it's similar to like boxing, right? Like think about boxing. Boxing used to be like the best athletes because of how much money they make. The best athletes used to box. Now they don't. They a lot of them dudes play football and some play basketball. You know what I mean? Like the guys that would normally be boxers. Like you don't have the the same pool of athletes that you did years ago.
I was about to say
Because
that. Yeah.
because of the guaranteed contracts in baseball and the guaranteed contracts in basketball. Now, granted, football is a nice intermediate where, all right, granted, you don't have guaranteed contracts really,
fully
but
guaranteed.
yeah, but what you do have is more opportunities. Like you could be a supreme athlete, maybe not necessarily a skilled to like not everybody's as skilled as others, but you could be a really good athlete and have a chance at football. You know what I mean? If you're physically able to do it, but whereas other things, baseball's not that easy, basketball's not that easy. Um, Hockey, I mean, it pays well enough, but again, not that easy, very expensive to train for. Um, track and field's probably an easier one, but the payout's not the same. You got to be the best of the best to make any kind of money in there. And so,
Nigga, where you going with this shit?
what you talking about?
Man, shut your drunk ass up, man.
This
Sit down.
I ain't
nigga,
want
Sit
to
this
talk
down
nigga just
and
wake
drink a
up out of
beer.
I was.
nowhere.
I swear to God, I was.
And what was the other topic you want to talk about, Live? What was the other topic?
I was gonna say about the Halo
Uh,
update. And I ain't really want jibbing onto this bullshit.
Well, you
no,
don't got no topic,
Why you
bro.
so negative, man?
no, no, we
I ain't
talk,
man,
we
I've been nice the whole damn time. I've been sitting here. I ain't bothered the
Go ahead,
soul.
Live. Go ahead, go
no, we
ahead, go
talked
ahead.
about we did
Just because
Suicide
your
Squad.
anger management right.
Bothered the
We
soul. And then you
did
gonna let this fucking demon in and want
we
to
did
disrupt the
third
podcast.
party and
Stay
shit.
out.
You know what I mean? And I wanted to
I'm
talk
the
about
blessed curse.
uh with, with that third party thing. I wanted to say this, especially with Hi-Fi, specifically Hi-Fi Rush. I believe the reason why Hi-Fi Rush might be going to a possible other platforms because of specifically because it's a Japanese studio. And again, it's similar to like trying to garner attention to your product. You want people to play these games, especially as critically acclaimed that game was. Most people in Japan aren't going to really play the game because Xbox isn't as popular there as it
Well,
is.
they should have bought an Xbox then.
Yup.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, if you think about it, like, what was the other Blue Dragon?
Lost
What was the other
Odyssey.
one? Yeah, Lost Odyssey. These are other games that they made that, didn't get the, eyes on it that it should have because again, PlayStation was the more popular platform. So, and they like I guarantee you, let Hi-Fi Rush go to PlayStation or Nintendo. IG ain't gonna be talking about that shit for fucking weeks. They're gonna be doing all that fucking
I see it going.
playthroughs and all that
I see
shit.
it going
All
to
the shit
Nintendo
that they
before
did not
before.
do for when the Xbox. Not to say that they didn't cover it at all, because they did. They covered it more so than some others. Maybe not as much as they covered Starfield, but they covered it, a decent amount. But
I, I
but
I don't think it's ever gonna
go
go
ahead.
to I don't think it's ever gonna go there. I don't. If it go to anywhere, they'll probably let Nintendo get it before Sony.
No, well, it makes a lot of sense for Nintendo for the type the,
Yeah,
the type
It
of
yeah.
game
makes
that
no
it
sense for
is,
Xbox though.
huh?
It
No,
makes
well,
zero sense for Xbox.
Unless they
it
just trying to
makes
get a cash grab.
no. I don't think it's for money. I think it's more so for getting people to see what they're doing. It's easy to ignore what they're doing if they like. Think about it, bro. Uh, People that aren't invested in Xbox can completely ignore anything that they do. Completely ignore it. Like, yes, if you're on Twitter, if you're on freaking YouTube watching podcasts, you'll know what Xbox is doing. But if you're not tapped in like that, and you're only stuck to whatever your ecosystem is, you could just pretend like whatever they're doing doesn't even fucking exist, and you'll just be blind to the shit. Hi-Fi Rush might not even be a blip on your radar for the simple fact it's not being promoted um, by these websites like that. Because again, it PlayStation gets a big push just from the community itself of media. Not even us as the gamers, just the community as far as media. They will push that shit. It's like they have a vested interest in seeing it succeed. Nintendo gets pushed because people actually enjoy their games, but PlayStation, well, man, they will give excuses. Remember, they shitted on fucking the Order 1886 and then doubled back and said, "Well, you're not crazy if you like the game, though. You ain't seen nobody writing no shit like that for fucking Redfall and all that shit." They basically said Redfall's a shit game, and if you like it, you're an idiot. That's basically what they did. You know what I mean? They didn't do that for fucking the Order 1886. They'd be like, "Yo, this is a boring ass movie game, and the werewolves run back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and you just got to try to shoot them like a fucking fish in a barrel." Like, but they ain't say shit like that. You know what I mean? So again, if they do bring it, I understand why. Um, it's just a way to just be like, look, man, we're doing shit over here. Um, because it's part of
I'm
Make a
marketing
I'm
to
commercial.
keep.
only saying I get why they would do it with Nintendo because just not the listen here. Nintendo and Xbox had a bundle together on the
mm,
360 era.
No, but
So I wouldn't be surprised because Microsoft got a good relationship with Nintendo. Sony, I don't see it. If Microsoft do decide to do it, and that would just be for money.
no,
I
but
mean,
then
other than that, I don't see it.
what's that? True Detective. True Detective just came out, right? The new season. It just started. That shit's on Hulu, right?
I don't even know
And
what
they
that is.
put
But
up
go ahead.
it's a Max series, HBO series. It's been out. True Detective old as hell. Like the series is old. It's been out for years.
Oh, okay.
But they got a new season and they're promoting it. And they promote it on Hulu. So you can watch the first episode. I think it's free or something like that. Hulu ain't owned by Max. That's a whole different service. You know what I mean? But they put the shit on there just to cast a line to get people interested in coming to see what they're doing over there on Max. Like if you pay attention the way the streaming services are moving right now, where they're kind of like throwing different content from what list Disney Plus will throw something at Max. Max will throw something at Disney Plus. Uh, uh, freaking Paramount Plus will throw something at Hulu, and Peacock will get something, and then you see a lot of that content starts to rotate. So I'll be like, wait, hold up, I just saw this shit over here, and now it's over there. All right, you know what I mean? Like that shit's moving all over the place. So they're constantly, you know, paying each other on the content they're selling, but they're trying to get eyes on their platform. So it doesn't it's not crazy to say like, okay, they're trying to market this game via this way, you know, being like we'll drop this game here and then, you know, let people see that we're other products that we got over there. Now, granted, I would hope that they would actually label it Xbox and not just put Bethesda on there, because you just gonna label it Bethesda, then it's just, you know what I mean? That's not gonna really tell the customer like, oh, this is the Xbox game. Maybe I should get an Xbox to play this game.
I don't think that. No, that's not gonna work. Because if they marketed a game and they putting the game on there on your opponent's console like that, just because they have their name and stuff, oh, then here we go again with the rumor. Oh, well, then Xbox is going third party. So why am I
Xbox
I
going
mean,
to
already
check?
has
So
it,
why am I going to
technically
but
check
they
every
are.
game on the
but
Xbox
they
if it's
but
going third
all
party?
platforms other than Nintendo, all platforms are third party. PlayStation's been third party for years because they got
Yeah,
Destiny
they
and
have.
freaking MLB the Show on there. So I mean,
No, no, no,
it's
no.
all the
Not even
same
before
shit.
that. PlayStation was third party way before that. Sony used to make video games. That was it. People don't even
Yeah.
remember that. And it was a feather. It used to
Well, yeah,
pop out,
because isn't
bling, and it was a
isn't
feather that
isn't
pops up.
isn't that Marvel Universe? That's their game too, right? That's a PlayStation game, if I'm not mistaken. Then
What game?
Sony Interactive or whatever. Remember, it came out years ago. Marvel Universe. It's like one
I
of those
don't think that.
asymmetrical games and shit.
Oh, you
Uh,
talking about the one that got shut down?
Well, yeah, it got shut down
You talking
maybe
Yeah,
about
I'm
a
about
couple
to
Omega?
years
say.
ago.
I think one's called Omega,
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
something like that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I don't see that because if people screaming already saying, "Oh, they going third party." Why am I about? Why go get a fucking Xbox? And I might as well just sit back and see if another game gonna come to the to the Switch.
I mean,
So whatever the hell that shit called, whatever the hell that console called. I'm just telling you, in the mind of people, they're not gonna think like that. Only people who are thinking like that are maybe people that's in the know. Like, well, let's go see what's going on. Catherine ain't gonna think like that. They're like, oh, well, then they going third party. Motherfuckers don't think like that. They don't have
yeah,
that. I hate to say it, not downplay them, but a lot of people are not smart. They're not
no, well,
smart.
I don't.
We just get,
I
a
don't
lot of
think
gamers are dumb.
I don't think casuals are gonna think it's going third party, because if that was the case, they would just thought because of Minecraft, bro. Like Minecraft is the Xbox game. They would have thought that it would win third party off of that. You know what I mean?
No,
Like if
again,
that was the
hold on,
case.
hold on. Again, I'm gonna prove another point. Again, they're stupid. There's some cats who that still don't think that Microsoft own Minecraft. They still think it's what is it, Banjo, whatever the hell they make the game, the company that
Well,
they
yeah,
bought.
yeah.
The cats who they don't look at that. They
No,
don't pay
and I,
attention to that.
but yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I don't think they would. Like to me, your staples stay your staples. Like I wouldn't expect to see freaking God of War or Horizon or Uncharted on Xbox. I wouldn't. Or Ratchet and Clank. I wouldn't expect to see those games there.
But but
But
but but
games that
but it's
aren't.
but think about the rumor and the narrative that's going on now. That's what I'm saying.
But
Then
that's
you
a
see
but
that, then they gonna be like, oh well, shit, that shit must be true. These niggas is stupid. You
yeah, but
cannot
those.
have faith in these gamers, these casuals. That's why they're casual. Cause they casual play games. They stupid. They're not
mm,
smart. They don't look at things like the way we would look at it. We are the elite.
Well,
You know what
I
I'm
won't.
saying? That's
I
real.
also
Like
don't think. I
you're not
don't.
gonna
I
see
also
that.
don't. I also don't think.
You giving them niggas too much
High.
faith, my nigga.
I don't think High Five Rush is a casual game though either. I mean, it visually it kind of looks the part, but as far as the actual game itself,
Again, but see, you're different. Of course, you ain't, and everybody else not. But the casual, they don't think like that. You got to realize we coming up with these new generation of gamers. Like, they just, I can't, just nothing else I can say, but they stupid, and that's flat out truth. They are fucking stupid. They
yeah, but
don't
I don't.
know.
Yeah, but I think it's more so for the actual gamers that play games. I mean, like to be honest, I don't think casual would be even checking for High Five Rush, even if it was like plastered on the front of the whole thing. They'd be like, they're not gonna be like, oh my gosh, PlayStation's new game. They're just gonna go and be like, I don't care what that shit is. I'm going to 2K. That's what they're gonna do. Like
Right.
casuals don't
Because
play shit. They're gonna play
look
Call.
at Ratchet.
Yeah, that shit didn't sell at all. We thought, and the way they talked about it, you would have thought Ratchet sold like 5 mil. That shit only sold 1 million. That means that everybody who's a hardcore PlayStation fanboy bought that shit. But outside of that, nobody really fucked with that. Shit, probably less because I felt like more people talked about fucking with it than actually played it. But you know what I mean? Like, even with that being said, you have those that um if you want to promote your platform, and you could use the next man to do it, shit, why not, man? Why not?
Right. I
You
think
know what I mean?
you
Like,
gotta realize a lot, but again, them casuals not going to see that. Telling you, man, put too much faith in them dumbass gamers. I'm sorry.
no, I mean, well, you also got to be able to change. You got to change the narrative somewhat. You can't just sit idly
And now
by and not do
okay,
anything.
and now to this day they can't do that. Microsoft can't change the mindset of what people think, even about their own self. Can't do
No,
that. It's
no, not
hard.
yet. Not yet.
Sorry.
No. Well,
So
shit. It wasn't messed up in a day, so it ain't gonna be fixed in no day. Like you get, like, because you got to really think about it. Right now, this is when they're really getting their foothold onto the path that they're going on in the future. Because really should have started in 2021, but because they stumbled in 2022, it's almost like they had to do a reset. Like they didn't really have a lot of the content that they were trying to,
Microsoft
have.
or
Yeah,
who?
Microsoft,
Yeah,
because
I would
they
Microsoft.
say that.
Yeah.
I would say that.
because
I
they
would
had
say
a
that with both of them. I would say that with
y-
Sony also.
Yeah,
They
that's
was
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
true.
but
But
Sony,
Sony's drought started a little later. I wouldn't say this drought started a little later after.
yeah, but you also got to remember, like Sony, as much as they games is really rehashes of the last couple of games from the last shit, damn near the last 5 years. Um,
That's crazy.
Sometimes
one,
twice.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
one, they already have the minds of the casuals, so they ain't got to do as much. Like shit, if niggas for the next 5 years all they buy is 2K, Madden, Call of Duty, but keep PlayStation as the number one bought console, Sony will be fine. I mean, it won't be the most ideal. Like you would hope that your first party sells something, but they'll be fine. Knowing that they have that positioning. You know what I mean? So for them, that's good enough. But Xbox, they got to gain mindshare. They got to get these critically acclaimed games in there. And as, the frustrating part about it is all that is based on motherfuckers that are biased towards the console in the first place. That's the thing that sucks. Like I was listening to that conversation that Paris had with Asante, K Asante, and Everborn today on
Hmm.
K Asante and Everborn's Gaming Circle podcast. Right, good show for guys that want to hear some intellectual gaming shit. Right, um, but the but the thing that Paris
Not you, 100. But go ahead.
but the thing that Paris came in there and was talking about was like there's a difference between sports and gaming. And inherently, yes, there was a difference between sports and gaming. The way people view games and the way people viewed their sports teams. But what has happened is shit got hijacked, bro. You got to realize this shit ain't the same when we were kids than now. You got niggas that are making millions of dollars talking to playing video games casually. Not talking about hardcore gamers. Casanat is not a fucking hardcore gamer. He ain't no pro style fucking gamer. This nigga he started off just playing fucking games. You know what I mean? Just bullshitting around. And now he's hanging out with Drake and fucking Nicki Minaj. You know what I mean? Like so the shit is different. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have situations where because PlayStation has replaced the video game lexicon. Like back in the day for us, it was Nintendo. Everything was Nintendo. You could be playing on a fucking Sega whatever, and your parents would be like, "Yo, turn off that Nintendo." Now it's PlayStation for most parents. Turn off that PlayStation. There's an Xbox. Turn off. Now, granted, that would never fly in my house. My wife, shit. Yo, remember when I bought a PlayStation and came home and my wife was I tell you, my wife was looking at me like I was fucking nuts.
Yo, I'm glad you said it, not me. I'm glad you told on yourself and not me. I wasn't going to say that, but yeah, I
She,
remember.
I bought that PlayStation Pro. She said, what the hell is that doing here?
I
I
remember that
said,
shit because
oh, I got.
we was on the phone when you went to go get that shit. I said, this nigga crazy.
I said, my wife was like, "It's like, you sure you want that?" I said, "Yeah, but I bought it on purpose." She was like, "Does it even have games you like?" I mean, it got a handful. She's like, "All right, I guess you gonna play it, but the way you talk about that shit online."
No, listen,
Hey
man.
y'all,
People,
I gotta give a shout out right quick to Livewire being up around this time. This is a rarity. Y'all guys are in for
I got
something
my
great.
coffee. I got my
Mhm.
coffee. That's what it is. I took my I
you,
took
you,
my
you,
my, my
you know
hoodie
what's
off and
funny
got my
though?
coffee.
You know
What?
what's funny? You hey,
Because it's
lad,
true.
you think, yup. That too. You know the funny thing, you think your wife and them is not listening, but they pay attention. They be listening.
No, she
Hmm.
do. She
I'm
be
bobbing.
she be listen. She be watching my podcast every once in a while, seeing
I
what
be
I be
like,
talking
yo,
about.
listen, I'm about to get a PlayStation 5. My daughter be number look at me like, man, go ahead with that.
Mm,
Since
Yo, bro.
when?
Every
Your kids know
listen,
you
listen, listen,
bullshitting. That's
listen, Flip.
crazy. That's
Listen, Flip.
Hey,
crazy.
yo, what?
I talked about getting the PlayStation
Uh,
5 last Christmas. But every time they put out a fucking state of the play, that shit just go back. Like shit, that's like a girl that talk
You
about
just got
like
that
I'm gonna
Why
shit.
get
even
this I'm
bother?
gonna
Nobody
I'm gonna
want.
get this nigga pussy, but every time this nigga talking, man, my fucking shit dry up. I can't give him nothing.
oh, so
Oh
100.
hell, oh hell, oh hell.
It's like, damn, I was gonna give Sony my money, but these state of plays is killing me, man. God damn. Rise of the Ronin? What the fuck? I don't want to buy that. You,
So you ain't
King
so you
Crash
ain't like
over
you
there
ain't like
trying
the
to.
state of play. You ain't like the state of play the other day, man.
Nah, man, not to spend money.
I fell asleep at my desk.
Oh, no, no disrespect, no disrespect. If those games was in Game Pass, for sure, I would play a lot of them. But I'm not about to
You,
spend
you, you, you,
$70 for all them games. You crazy?
and this is the thing I don't understand. For Sony to have their own Game Pass, why don't y'all just put them games in there?
No, you know what? You know what?
Stop
I'm gonna
trying to
be
buy exclusive because you're not giving your fans nothing like. Well, damn,
They
wait a
said
minute.
it's
They don't
not
got no
profitable.
studios
They
to
said
make
it's not
games like that, do they?
profitable. So it's not
nah,
profitable. So they can.
Honestly,
but Flip,
honestly,
They
I
don't.
think
So flip for one
honest.
is they don't have a multiplayer. You know what I'm saying? Xbox got multiplayers in their Game Pass.
Flip.
They don't,
Okay.
but other than they don't have any of that. They don't have a first person title that they can play, and then people are going to
They don't
actually.
even need. They don't even need the first party. They can put third party games in there with microtransactions because they still make money off the microtransactions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying what Livewire just said. All them games we've seen, those games should be
You,
on their
you know,
service for free.
Flip. You know what
They
it
should
is.
be on there.
This is
well,
what.
they got
This is
foam
what.
stars, nigga. They got foam stars.
Yeah,
There's
they
not.
do.
I don't.
Day one,
Listen.
Listen.
Bubble
I don't care
bath,
day
what kind of
one.
bubble,
porn.
bubble
I don't
bath,
care what kind of porn games
bubble
they
bath
got.
fight.
Bubble
They
bath.
need to put them games inside their service
They
for
put bubble
free.
Listen, but
baths in
this
their
is
service.
but
Flip real
this is
shit.
this
Foam
is
stars
wh-
is going day
this
one.
is exactly why PlayStation fans do not like Game Pass. This is exactly why. Because Game Pass, to be honest, it has made people that consume Game Pass bougie bitches. We bougie, though. You
Yes.
do not want it. You will not accept just any old thing for $70 anymore. You won't.
You right
Which is
about
why
that one.
look at Horizon Zero Dawn. And what it does is it don't hurt us. It hurts them. That's why they don't like it. Because guys that are on PlayStation or look at those games and be like, I'm not paying $70 for those games. When they on Xbox on get games in Game Pass, like shit. Think about this. We getting Hellblade better looking than any game they got. You could stack that shit up side by side right next to fucking Death Stranding, which is a Kojima game, and that shit's still throws mud in fucking Death Stranding's eye, but it's going
But
straight
Microsoft,
to Game
but
Pass.
Microsoft, but Microsoft still making, hand over fifth in Game Pass with that stuff. It's
But
still
I'm just
making
saying.
money.
But
What
what I'm
is it,
saying is,
six hundred
it's a
billion dollars now with just the Xbox division itself, if not more.
yeah. Well, but I'm just saying. Besides the money that they're making, the simple fact that the quality of the games that we're getting is starting to rise up from their first party. Not we've gotten quality games in there prior to obviously the backlog shit and the shit from third party. But I'm talking about the first party day and date games. Starting with Starfield and well, actually technically starting with was it Psychonauts and Halo Infinite and all that shit in 2021. Starting from then, all the games that we've been getting and becoming higher quality, and it's coming day and date. Bro, it's hard to turn around and be like those games that are worth $70 going in there, but I gotta spend fucking, I gotta spend $70 to play a game that I may or may not like. Mm, you know what I mean?
No,
Like you
you're
gotta
right.
spend $70 to play. Like, look, I liked Wo Long. I never beat it. I got I got all the way up to the dude with the horse that runs
Lil
around
Boo?
in the fucking
Oh,
circle,
you
and I
talking about my
just
dog Lil Boo?
yeah,
Yeah.
Boo boo.
It's a
yeah.
Red Hood. Yeah, I'm at the
I
same part. Damn,
I
why we should hook up and beat that game? Shit, might as well.
I sat there and I said, man, fuck this. Like I just got tired of him fucking chucking me across the screen, man. But I
Lil
enjoyed what
boo.
I played it. But if you tell me Rise of the Ronin is the same, like I spend $70 for that, no, thank you, sir. If that's the case, I'll just fucking play Wo Long on Game Pass and just get chucked around in a circle for like 30 minutes, quit, and then go play something else. You know what I
Why?
mean?
Why?
Like
What
why
they
why do
exclusive
I
they had? The Demon Souls exclusive they had.
you
What
said
was the
who?
one everybody was running out and go get?
Which one?
I think they little exclusive they had. It was like the Demon Souls game.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, Demon
Neo.
Souls.
huh.
Oh, you talking about
Yeah,
Bloodborne?
No, I wasn't. Was it Blood?
I'm gonna call. Hold
Hey,
on.
You got
I'm
hey,
you
I
got
wasn't.
blood
I'm
you
not
got
even.
Bloodborne, Demon Souls, and Neo.
Yeah,
Yeah, Neo. Neo was the Neo 1 and 2.
yeah.
But
But
Neo 1 and 2 wasn't
they
as
don't sell
popular
off.
as
They don't sell. They sell to the niche group.
yeah,
You know what I'm
Neo
saying?
1 and 2, I think they barely sell 2 million. It's like two
I,
million,
I'm gonna
maybe
say.
close to three.
Hold on. I got a bug to pick with other thing. He in the comment section starting shit. Him a hell high.
Oh, sh-
man, he
oh
been
shit! What that
starting
nigga
stuff
say?
in the chat. I've been seeing that
Yeah.
the
Yo,
whole
tell
time
my
since
nigga
I
what
ain't
up.
here.
Let
What
me
he
tell
saying now?
he talking about so he can't afford to put third parties. He talking about putting third parties in they streaming service. Just they don't have
Hey,
no
but you know
money
what?
No,
Hey, but
and
you know
they
what?
game.
I was really about to say that. I was like, the reason why I feel like PlayStation isn't really doing it is that they are too scared and they really can't afford to take that risk they gonna take.
They got to.
But
well,
they
That
don't but
There's
they,
that's
no
but
too
they
choice.
much
don't
of
but
the unknown.
they don't
but they
have
don't
enough
have that.
subscribers to make it worthwhile either though. So
Yeah,
it's
they don't
like
have that.
you gotta pay to put a game
Exactly.
in the you gotta pay to put a game in the service. But out of all those users that they just announced, how
Yeah,
many
they
of
don't
those
have.
actually pay for the highest tier of PlayStation Plus? And
Mhm.
they
It's
don't have money to burn. They need to sell the games
yeah,
versus trying to get
it's too
subscription.
risky for them. Yeah,
Way too
like
risky.
to be honest, they have to do like Xbox does it in three tiers. You have as far as like the Game Pass. So you got the game that you're trying to get subscribers for. That's what you want, right? You're also doing it via advertisement. Like you want to be able to advertise on your Game Pass
I'm
app.
gonna be.
That's why you
I'm
see
gonna be
stuff
like
in there.
I'm gonna be like the Mad King off the so-called Mad King off on Game of Thrones. Burn them all. Burn them all. Fucking put the
That's
bitches
why
in there so they all can burn.
that's why you see advertisements in Game Pass. It be something that shit ain't free. You know,
Everybody could talk
perks
about advertisement, man.
perks and deals. No, that's how. Like, all right, so boom. Me and Flip had this conversation a while ago. Yeah, if I have a website, right?
Yeah.
I don't charge anything. It's just for information. But I have I have a lot of traffic. Say it's like IGN, right? That's all they do is based on clicks and traction, right?
Yeah.
So if I put stuff in my perks or I have deals and people are clicking on that shit, that's all advertising money that Microsoft gets off of people using their platform in order to advertise their
That's what
shit.
I'm saying. I'm not
That's
saying
Yeah,
why
we
that.
did
that's
talk
why
about
new
that
I
shit
understand. See,
before.
you've been around the politically correct too much. We don't at the
hold
What?
on, but
end
I'm
of the
saying
day.
that's what
Politically.
that's what they're doing. That's other ways that they make money other than just actually selling you the game. Like just for the simple
Man,
fact that somebody's over
you
there
know
got
what?
eyes on that,
I got a
they get
question.
paid off of that.
This is the last question of the night. We got 15 minutes to answer this question because I ain't going over 2:30. I don't want to play the goddamn video game.
Then they gonna go. He gonna go in the party and go to sleep.
No, I ain't. No, I told you. Well, no.
Okay.
Here you
Okay.
go.
Go
In the
ahead. Ask the
party,
last question. Go ahead, nigga.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
this is the last question tonight. As gamers, why the fuck we talk about numbers more than talk about the video game?
Which ones?
Either or. I said gamers. I didn't put nothing.
No, I'm saying which numbers.
I said what?
This nigga don't even know.
I don't even know his
He don't
question,
even know
man.
what he
I'm
trying
trying
to
to.
No, I'm
I
saying
gotta,
are you
I gotta
talking
get
sales
Man.
or players?
No, why you just
okay.
messed that man head up. He don't even know what's going on.
All right.
No, I'm just asking.
You asked the
100.
question.
Concentrate, dog.
No, I'm
Concentrate.
just asking. Is it sale? Are you talking about numbers as far as
No,
sales? Or are
I'm
you talking
talking
about
about
numbers as
why
far
are
as
gamers talking more
players?
about playing about numbers of these damn companies than worrying
Well,
about playing video games. See, I
it
come from
depends.
an era that played video games.
Well,
We
I
hear
mean,
about numbers. We knew
it
about
depends
numbers,
on.
but we didn't
It's
care. But I'm saying
no.
we're older now. We should have been teaching the loss. Am I
But
right?
but 100. It depends on who you're talking to because everybody's different. You can have people. You can watch a sports show, right? When when you watch It Is What It Is with Cam and Mace, do they talk about numbers? Nah, they don't. Not really. Not like Gil's Arenas. But Gil's Arenas is a more analytical show than It Is What It Is. It Is What It is purely a fan based show. Like I saw this dude do a move. That shit was sick. Oh, he's got to be like one of the top whatever players in you
I
know what I mean?
wasn't talking
Like
about
they
a block. I was talking about in general. Why we
no,
got
I'm just but no, but what I'm
gamers.
saying,
A
yeah, I
nigga
get
on
that.
Twitter, work at McDonald's can't tell me about no motherfucking graphics on a 1080 team. Whoop. I'm not listening to you.
Well, hold on.
Nah,
Why not? He might know about it. Just because he worked there don't mean he may not know.
yeah, maybe keep on
When
part
you ask,
time.
Maybe
when,
that
when
was
you
Nigga
his
ain't
ask,
even
major
been
in
to
high
college.
school or
hang on, when
something.
you ask him, do the TV have 120 a 20 HDMI slot? He said, I really don't know. So that told prove him he don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But I'm just saying, we got more casuals talking about shit they don't care about. And they want to sound like they care about it, but they really don't. It's like they forcing the
All
Well,
you
no,
all
because
you
that's
doing is validating what I'm saying. Casual gamers are fucking stupid.
listen. You what you have is you got everybody's a casual at some point until they actually get into what they're talking about. Like, listen, when you started off watching sports, you wasn't no fucking hardcore sports head. You were casual. You ain't know shit about shit until you no. Nigga,
Man, I saw a match. I was
how
at
you
the
gonna
bar
be
with Magic.
hardcore from the beginning? Nigga, you don't know shit. Like what the fuck
I
are we
saw a
talking
man. I
about?
knew it was a Laker. I knew it was purple and gold. I knew it was
Yeah,
shooting.
but you ain't know
This
shit
nigga
about the
lying. Here
sport.
he
You're
go.
learning in
Bone,
real time.
stop it, Bone.
Listen,
What
you
he's
can't
saying,
be a hardcore
what
person.
he's saying exactly, Bone. What he's saying is true. That's like me. That's like me trying to talk about basketball and stuff. But I may know this and that and stuff, and to become a casual, to work my way up to become a casual about basketball. But I'm still fucking stupid because I don't know none of. I don't understand this shit like that. Like, come on, cut it
Yeah,
out.
like every
Don't act
like
like you was born. When you came out your mama womb, your mama hold you over the cliff and shit, and had
I'm
a basketball in your hand, nigga.
listen. Prior to getting into to watching YouTube about gaming, bro, I ain't know none of these fucking devs. I didn't know who the fucking the head of the dev teams were. I didn't know who fucking ran Xbox and PlayStation. I ain't know none of that shit. You know why? Because I was a casual. I was a hardcore gamer, but as far as the content information, I was a casual. I didn't give a fuck about none of these people. All I cared about is the game fun or not. That's it. Information wise, I couldn't give a shit who the fuck ran Remedy. Nigga, I didn't even know Remedy fucking made freaking Max Payne because I didn't give a shit what the studio like, bro. I didn't look at other than 2K when I got into 2K was probably the first game that I really like paid attention to what the dev was, and then from there I started going into other companies. But prior to them, I ain't paying attention who fucking made my games. I couldn't tell you. I mean, Bungie, yeah. 'cause
Man,
you
we
see a
always
plastic
like
on
that at one
everything,
point
but
in time.
Mhm.
We always like that.
yeah, we
Oh,
ain't,
yeah.
we ain't know because you ain't give a shit. You just cared. Is the game fun? Is it? All right.
Yes,
You know what I
get or
mean?
not. Is it worth my money?
Cause I can tell you that at a point in time where when you see certain games come on certain platforms and you ain't know no better, you'll think that it was just they made that game. They didn't.
Yeah, I mean, shit. That's like when Spielberg used to put produced by Spielberg, and everybody thought, oh, he directed it. Like when he was first putting the produced on everything, a lot of people was thinking, oh, that must mean he made this movie. No, nigga, he just funded it. Like he ain't make
The only ones,
he
the only
ain't
ones,
direct shit in there.
the only ones that you really like knew, like in terms of like the people who develop it was like niggas like who make like Call of Duty, like Activision, or maybe like Rockstar. You know what I'm saying? Like those types. But other
Yeah,
than
like
that, you didn't
like
really
the
know.
EA and 2K,
big
that's all you
ones.
need.
Yeah, the big
Yeah,
ones.
See,
The
I
yeah,
only
remember,
ones.
you knew
it was
the
a point.
publishers, not
It,
necessarily the studios.
it was a
Yeah,
point in
yeah.
time. There was a point in time when Bone be talking as much as he talked. I thought shit. I didn't know that Bone like women. I thought he was fruity. I didn't know.
Oh,
You
you
stupid.
ass motherfucker.
I thought he like chicks with dicks.
Oh my god, y'all niggas crazy.
Man, we done, man. We done tonight. Cut the mic.
It was
You know what I'm
a
saying?
time when Bone thought he
You know
thought
what I'm saying?
buffalo
We
wings
cut the
was
mic
made by
off.
buffalo.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
We'll see y'all next week. Fuck the money and listen. Thanks for the real stopping by, man. Appreciate everybody coming by. Y'all ain't finna
Yo,
jump on me. I ain't
why
gonna
you
do y'all
gonna be
get
like
but
that, my nigga?
tonight.
Why you gonna be like that?
Come
Asshole.
on, G. Come on, G.
Oh, and I was in there with
Come on, G.
I'm not